Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your podcast, join our club.
Whoa,
On your what?
On your podcast?
On your
He's got
what?
it wrong.
Not
He's
on
done it
your
wrong.
Nelly.
Not doing nothing.
Huh?
Wait, what? You
just
say
changing
on your YouTube normally.
Okay.
You said on your podcast.
We're not allowed to do nothing.
What?
We can't change it.
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you,
We're
was this
200 episodes in.
was this a deliberate decision there?
I thought it'd change because all the Spotify people saying
no.
how many people have... No, okay.
This is like when Bob Dylan went electric. Can't-
Judas!
yeah.
It's like when Queen swore never to do the synthesizer stuff, and then Radio Gaga came out, huh?
It is like that. Let's start again.
What it is.
Radio Gaga.
Oh,
If you like a lot of
that's all
wrestling
staying
on,
in, is it?
Yeah,
on
yeah, it's just in
YouTube,
there.
join
Yeah.
our cult. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. You're listening to the dulcet tones of Maffew, wearing the Home Alone Christmas jumper that his mum got him. So he hopes by wearing this, it'll actually prove that his mum does listen to this rather than lying like she has been the few weeks. I'm only kidding, Mum. I love you. Jack is wearing his fantastic gear that he puts on where he takes his photo every time he writes a stunning article for Cultaholic.
Yeah, it's the same. It's a different photo every time.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And Ross wearing the finest gear the only a man who just rolled out of bed can put together in preparation for this fantastic podcast we have to you.
For clarity, I got out of bed at 7 a.m. It's now 2:20.
And we should point out as well on a Thursday. We're recording this on a Thursday.
I wanted to get that way, like get people in. Hey,
no.
isn't this great? Look, all the lovely people well dressed. It is a Thursday
We're
podcast, so
For whatever's happened last night, we're sorry. Yeah.
What do you mean, Maffew? Well, in case this is your first ever podcast / video on YouTube, traditionally, when we've done the podcast preemptively, because there's so much stuff to fit in this Christmas week, something bad happens.
Usually releases.
It's been the previous year we've done a Friday morning, every single Friday morning apart from two. And both Thursdays we've done a Thursday, the releases have come out of nowhere. Well, the latest two batches of releases have come out of nowhere.
right.
So we apologise unreservedly ahead of time. Or now, you're in the past now, aren't you? Yeah, we're sorry.
Yes, because obviously we're getting the blame for this now. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But before the bad news happens, or has already happened, how are you doing, Ross?
I'm full of emotion right now because this is the last in-person podcast, well, weekly podcast of the year, thanks to for Boris and his shower of SHIT and their announcement yesterday.
The plan B and
Plan
Seth
B,
Rollins
yeah,
with
so-
the chair shot, etc.
From what we've inferred, it's all about like minimizing face-to-face contact and stuff. So we're going to do back to Zoom just for next week's podcast. But thankfully, we've got everything else in the bag already. The first podcast watch-along was in person. The Culties are in person. And that'll see out the rest of 2021. So full of emotion because it's the last time we'll be sat here this year. But what can you do, eh? What can you do? Rules are rules unless you're a Tory.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, fuming.
Not all of them. Don't forget about Pacitti. Yeah, just a lot of them, but not all of them. Yes.
Yeah,
It should clarify, Pachi's not a Tory.
he's not.
Just want to clarify that.
That's right. Good one, Jack.
Oh man, it's not the return of regulations that everyone's most fuming about. It's the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It's the partying.
Five we're up
partying
to
down.
now.
Only
Five.
5 parties when everyone was in lockdown in Parliament. Or well, not in the House
And
of
it
Commons.
started
but-
off as there never was a party. It was like the Bruce Pritchard in the podcast. What party were we on about? Oh, that party, right.
And then
Which party are you referring to? Oh, okay.
Thingy, Allegra Stratton.
Yeah.
So she got sacked for joking about the
I think
party.
she officially resigned, didn't she?
Sorry, resigned.
Yeah,
but I mean,
Pushed, I think, yeah.
For joking about the party. But if the party never happened, why is it bad enough for her to lose her job? I'm fuming.
You know who I think...
Let's march on London.
Yeah.
Most damaging party since Fire Festival.
I would just like to say I love the Metropolitan Police Force as well for fully investigating what's going on, like they should do. Get her out. Dick. Dick by name, Dick by nature.
Oh, Cressida.
Yeah.
Aye. For any Americans anyway, and anyone
Yeah,
not
so
in
Americans,
the UK.
this is what all the Brits are talking about right now. So.
Boris should resign. Boris should be kicked out. Boris should have Brock Lesnar set upon his soul.
Yeah.
Aye. I'll be there cheering him on. Go on, Brock. You can do it. Put your back into it. Kick him in the face.
That's how that song goes.
Yeah, aye.
Moving.
Brocky. Brocky Lesnar.
Lovely.
We're off to a flyer today, aren't we?
We
Well, I don't
certainly
know what that
are.
was
Should we
meant to
do
be.
some wrestling
Jeffrey
news?
Bezos. That's what I'm
Oh,
doing.
the Bo Burnham thing. All right. Sorry, Matthew, go on.
No worries, because we'll probably rant about this for ages and probably turn people off.
It's
so.
good to get out now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's better out than in. On some negative news to begin with, on a weird week for wrestling news. John Lanza, known for years previously as the villainous cowboy wrestler Blackjack Lanza, Blackjack Mulligan, and then Jack Lanza, late years in WWE, passed away on Wednesday evening, according to Jim Ross's Twitter. He was 86 years old, and again, not that familiar with the original run of the Blackjacks, but you look at all the black and white photos, they must have been all grizzly, got the giant mustaches and the cowboy vests, and they were definitely, if I was a kid back in the A times, they were the team I would have gone, I can't wait to see the Blackjacks just beat up someone.
They're real life cowboys.
Yeah. Pew pew.
I mean, I guess we all know him more so for his lead agent role back in the days.
Right.
The Attitude Era, it's Pompey was the head guy, and you watch Beyond the Mat and you see him a little bit and stuff. So yeah, it's a massive shame. Obviously, a legend of the business. Is he related to the Wyatts and the Rotunders of the world? I assume he's in that family tree, isn't he?
Somewhere on it. Or maybe it's
I
like
don't know
one.
about
Or is it someone else?
It could be. Are you thinking of Blackjack Mulligan?
Maybe. Are they
But
not related?
Oh no, Mulligan is the grandfather of the Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they were close though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Jack.
Yeah.
That Uncle Jack.
That would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
There would have there'd been lots of outpouring support for the people who worked with him over the years, Matt Hardy in particular on Twitter and stuff like that. And it just, seems like someone good innings for a wrestler from that period, probably in the 80s. So to get to the 80s, I mean, obviously. So our condolences to the Lanza family. Physical media of WWE events looks like it's phasing out, based on a new report from Wrestling DVD Network. The site reported Friday that WWE will no longer offer DVD and Blu-ray releases beginning in 2022. So it's a Drew McIntyre compilation set for release at the end of this year, and that looks like it's going to be it.
Now, interestingly, I found myself in HMV, not last week, but the week before, and the WWE section of HMV, I couldn't believe how extensive it was. You know, you got the racks of all the DVDs and they're sort of by alphabet.
Yeah.
WWE's got its own section at the end. It's at least a foot long and several tiers high. Incredible. Wow. I couldn't believe it. It obviously dates back to the beginning of DVDs and whatnot. I guess it's just a commentary on the world, isn't it?
I was going to say, in the UK, however, releases for both Day One and Rumble are scheduled through Fremantle. It's obviously still selling over here, so why wouldn't they? So I guess Fremantle's going to be license out the footage. So do you remember the first WF video you got?
Video would have been No Way Out 2002, I think.
Ah, yeah.
Because I got
Angle, Triple H.
Undertaker, Rock.
That sucked.
Taz was the tag team champion with Spike
right.
Dudley, I think. NWO's debut as well. That stuff. But I got Super Bowl 2000 was the first one.
That's right.
Go on.
How about yourself, Jack?
Mine was one from a few years before I'd been watching it. Like, I started watching it around sort of 2000, but my first video was from like 97 or 98. It was the Best of Raw. It probably was released in
Volume 1.
It was probably released in like 99, but it had like
that's
it had
what
like
I
the
got.
feud with Austin Kane and Taker. And I remember being so like traumatized by the Val Venus Kaientai bit that then when my brother tried to watch it, I used to hide it from him to protect him.
Wow.
So I used to hide it under the settee, and then he'd find it. I'd be like, "Mom, Thomas found the video again."
Oh, that's awesome. Castration's a hell of a thing for someone to deal with at any age.
Oh my god, it was all. I thought it was the worst thing I'd ever seen. I hated Kaientai.
It didn't include the bit where he came out next week and went, "It's okay, there was shrinkage."
No, just thought that was it. Just thought that was it.
That's it. Val Venus was never seen again.
Yeah.
Bled to death.
As far as I could tell, watching that.
Yeah.
God.
Amazing explanation, isn't it? Just like imagine the blade is coming down and just goes whoop.
That's what he led us to believe. Whoa, no! And then next week, obviously, John Wayne Bobbitt is the one who led him to the ring. And if you don't know who that is, ask your dad.
Don't Google it.
No,
Please do.
Oh, no,
yeah, Google him.
It's a fun story.
What a great, heartwarming tale for the Christmas season.
Should really make a Christmas movie out of it.
John Wayne Bobbitt, A Christmas Carol. Be visited by 3 pairs of scissors throughout the night.
No.
Heel Del Vikingo was the new AAA Mega Champ, catching the vacant title in multi-man match at Triple Mania Regia on Saturday night. Still don't know how to pronounce Regia, I do apologise.
Oh, yes, the fake
Which
Triple
means I'm
Mania,
at least qualified enough to do AAA commentary. So,
I would love to see you on AAA commentary with Vampiro.
Do you know what's happening? No. Great. And then AAA would report, we are very happy with the English commentary, like they do every single year. Also, Cain Velasquez stepped inside a AAA ring for the first time, obviously because he had the run. I said the run. a few matches in AAA first, and then went to WWE. So he's back to AAA. Didn't do any of the lucha stuff he did the first time round, but it was notable for the fact that because you teamed with Psycho Clown and Pagano against Rey, Escorpion, and Black Taurus. Who else is in that match? LA Park. This was LA Park's area.
Does Cain Velasquez batter LA Park?
No.
Okay.
The crowd cheered LA Park over Cain Velasquez. It's his hometown. It's like MJF in Long Island. It's like, LA Park, LA Park. So the distraction finish of some bloke came out, and that LA Park lost, which doesn't happen very often. The crowd pooed so much. Love that. To be reportedly expecting Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly to leave the company. Not really news, is it? But maybe it is. So their contracts will be expiring in December 2021. Both have been offered long-term contracts going to Fightful Select, but at the time, neither have re-signed. Maybe that'll be the bad news that they will re-sign.
They will re-sign. Yes. Damn those people for being employed.
We blame you, Cultaholic, for those guys coming back.
If they re-signed, how long would they last? Because NXT's changing. That's going to phase them out.
See, I don't think NXT's actually changing. This is a discussion for another day. But you look at all the main points of NXT, the main points of the card, your opening bit and your main events, I'm one of them specifically here.
Okay.
Every single week since the rebrand, I'm pretty sure they've just been matches of a NXT black and gold ilk. Think about your Carmelo Hayes and stuff like that being in the main event week on week on week. It's still the work rate bit with a few silly bollocks.
A lot of silly bollocks.
That's what you are right.
A scattergun approach to silly bollocks everywhere else.
Everywhere else.
Yeah,
but you're saying what could they do? They could be in that role where Carmelo Hayes is currently.
True. I mean, Carmelo Hayes is the exception to the rule for the rest of NXT, though, considering
that's
the overwhelming majority.
Come to my mind at the minute, but I'm sure if we went back and looked at every single card and picked it apart, you'll find out there's been a hell of a lot of wrestling still. But I feel
on this
rebrand.
And there has. But I feel like once your Bronbreakers and your Von Wagners have risen to the top, there wouldn't be much room for Gargano and O'Reilly.
Von Wagner can't rise to the top.
The rise into the top.
Come Tuesday. Did you enjoy Come Tuesday?
WarGames is. What do you say? WarGames is been over, but WarGames is just starting.
It's just a repetition of Come Tuesday. Like it's a day called Come Tuesday. Like Shrove Tuesday, but with ejaculate. I'm trying to find the fun in Von Wagner, and I'm trying really hard.
I'll see you on Come Tuesday.
NXT TakeOver Come Tuesday.
My WarGames is now. Or was it My WarGames is just begun?
That was something like
and his voice gave up, didn't it?
Get his voice tapped out.
Is that the opposite of the Diesel promo when he's really calm and then they tell him behind the camera, like, fire up, and he's like, I'll beat you, whatever. And it's going to be... It's so weird.
I tell you, us three around this table are merely height and impressive athletic ability away from being very good professional wrestlers. Because we've got more charisma in our arse cheek than Von Wagner has. I'm not even being funny.
But
there's a time for being humble, but let's just spit the facts, everybody.
But also, there's all the rest of wrestling that he can do better than. Yeah.
Not discrediting that.
You kind of are.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Let's move on.
What was the point at hand? Oh, yeah, Kyle and John.
Yeah, Kyle and John.
Yeah, I kind of blame him for going. Kyle and John.
To their friends.
They've both done everything. I mean, people forget that Johnny Gargano went to the main roster as well, didn't they? I think, by and large.
And then he, like Val Venus's penis, he retracted.
He retracted, yeah. He felt
that was almost a good line.
He had
a stuttered.
No, he did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. You did it. No, Johnny went to the main roster and got maybe proven that the main roster is not the place for him. So the fact he's good, I assume, probably going is a good thing. It's a good thing. I don't know why he's going to go, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where could he go? It's almost some little promotion where his mates, right? Oh, well, sorry about that, man. Maybe he can come work here for a bit. I'll find something for him to do.
You think there's just the presenting bit to this. There's everything else that goes on.
That's right. Yeah. You'll find out quite quick that there's more to... It's more than just podcast than just looking good.
There's more to wrestling, just speaking and wrestling.
Exactly.
There's more to YouTubing than just speaking.
That's right.
There's
Gargano doing the stats and the algorithms on. Bronbreaker has revealed he was the one. He came up with using the name Bronbreaker because he was initially slated to be Rex Steiner, the son of Rick Steiner, the nephew of Scott Steiner. But then, no. Matthews of Daily DDT said, we were just sitting around one day and blah, blah, blah. I break people. There we go. Here's the important bit. What my dad and uncle did before me, with some of their promos and stuff that they've done, they've laid all this groundwork. There's all this stuff out there for me to use if I want to. Obviously, I'm not going to bank my entire life. That's not what I'm going for. I want to make a name for myself and stand on my own. There's certain things we can use. Well, that changes things slightly, and I get where he's coming from. That makes a lot of sense. If he came in as Rex Steiner, it would have been a bit awkward, because what if he then wasn't awesome? He is awesome, but what if he wasn't? It would have been a bit awkward. But you just wonder now, okay, then why is everyone in the company and all the wrestlers he wrestles, how to make references to the Steiners then, if that was the case?
I get the feeling that, because when I saw that story earlier this week, I was like, surely he's missed a bit out where they said, you can't be a Steiner. Can we have another name, please? Which is how it normally goes down, doesn't it?
That's what we all assume.
I don't know. It makes no sense, does it?
Well, no, I get where he's coming from. I mean, if you were...
No, you just call him Rex Steiner.
No, but he doesn't want to be a Steiner.
Does he, though? I would want
That's
to
what
be.
he said in this interview. Maybe he's a liar.
Well, where's all the references for, then? As I say, none of this makes sense, does it?
No.
I feel like this podcast got off to a very, very itchy start. Itchy start?
He had some cream for that.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon reportedly nixed WWE's Elias reboot plans. Why was that? Any specific reason? Oh, because he actually looked too much like Randy Savage.
Yeah.
More faith restored in Vince McMahon after the egg thing. He wanted the egg put in the 24/7 title picture. Money said otherwise. Elias sounds like a pretty bad gimmick as Macho Man Randy Savage. He's nixed that as well. Genius! Yeah. Tony Khan hasn't got anything compared to Vince.
No. What I thought was... Thank you, Ross. What I thought was weirdest of all was that they did the graveyard vignettes and was like, Elias is gone. There wasn't any like, all right, what's the next bit?
No, that was it.
Yeah. And like Boris, there was no plan B. It was just, you'll come back later on. So apparently the initial rebranding put him in colourful trunks. They looked at him and went, no. So currently, Elias, to be confirmed, I guess, in 2021, he went undrafted during the draft. So
Why did they need to change him? I thought he was doing fine as he was. Great for live events.
Their own booking, I reckon. Because they booked him so bloody terribly, didn't they? Over many years. And he was so popular at one point. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand everywhere he went, but then he just did nothing. They just did the same thing every single week after week after week. Then he would do the wrestling, and then he would lose.
I would agree up until the point where, no, as a baddie, he was fantastic. When they switched him face, that was when I was like, all right, I don't like anymore, Elias, because this gimmick just doesn't work. Now you're sucking up to people. And it's like, nah. But yes, maybe a change was for the best.
He had one match where he was allowed to show what he could do, and it was against Rollins.
I remember that match.
Yeah.
It would be great if he came back and he's exactly the same, but he's like, no, I've trimmed a bit of my beard.
Yeah,
It's the new Elias.
Do you reckon that's what they've done? Like, who does he look like? You know, you've got him there. Who does he look like? And just sort of squinted a bit too hard. It's Macho Man Randy Savage. Let's do it. Then Vince is like, nah.
Maybe as he was dressed like that, and he was on his way into Vince's office, he caught his finger in the door and went, ooh, and Vince was like, get out.
Do you want to push? Oh, yeah. Good news, Jim Duggan beats cancer for the second time.
Yes.
Duggan basically said, hi, everybody. Just want to share with everybody the great news I have received. The cancer was all encapsulated inside my prostate. They checked my bones. They came out clear, and so on and so forth. Folks, remember, early detection saves lives, and Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho! So, congrats to Mr. Jim Duggan. And much love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't
I don't know
have
what
to
else
say
to
that,
say.
mate.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
It's just a good bit of news.
And the headliner for the new segment.
So shocked by good news. What?
Did anyone else see this bit? Freddie Prinze Jr. recalls a segment backstage when they were talking with Vince McMahon. I sit down and every single professional wrestler employed by the WWE on the roster is in a production meeting. All the writers and agents are in the very back. Vince is sitting at the front of the room behind a table with protein bars and energy drinks, of course. He gets up and starts talking about what he's wanting, what they're lacking, and what he's not seeing from them. He literally says the words, you have to give me a little razzle-dazzle. The right of my left, who's a younger guy, whispers, what the hell does razzle-dazzle mean?
Oh, come on.
I know none of the wrestlers...
This is the wrestling business.
Yeah, this is it, yeah.
Shah!
Yeah. Vince the meeting said,
Did you
now,
see yourself do that?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Give it the old jazz hands for audio listeners. That is razzle dazzle.
Yeah. Thank you for doing it again. Vince the meeting said, now, you're going to show me what you got. Let me get some volunteers. A few people put their hands up. Sheamus gets up and walks to the front. He takes initiative. He doesn't wait for someone to say yes. He takes initiative and Vince likes that. That's an alpha move. Wade Barrett gets up next. We have an Englishman and an Irishman. This should be a really easy promo for these guys to cut. Vince said, I'm going to give you a premise. You're a dog, and you're a dog. Now make me want to watch you fight. My heart stops, and I'm not even the one doing it. You could feel the panic. Everyone got tight. There was so much tension. You could see sweat beads all over Wade Barrett's forehead. Sheamus is stone quiet. He doesn't move. He looks
Barrett
like
in his head, like, I'm not a bloody dog. What the hell?
he looks like one of the English soldiers outside the palace. They're frozen. 30 seconds go by, not a sound. 45 seconds go by, nothing. I'm dying. I want to jump up and say, stop. It's like watching a murder. A minute goes by. Sheamus says, by accident out loud, I think I'm having an out-of-body experience. And no one laughs because they can't believe that just came out of his mouth. Wade takes the first step. He growls. And as soon as he growls and Vince gets up and yells, not an actual effing dog, you son of a bitch. And he storms out the room. He came back and said, let's try again. Sheamus is going to be the babyface dog. And he starts talking. He says, I'm a good old dog. I'm loyal. And Vince said, just forget the whole damn thing, and storms off. Promo class is cancelled. Suddenly, that news segment makes all the other news that we hear about the week makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the delivery of Vince's dog. Like we say, I want you to be a pair of dogs.
Yeah.
That's more like you pair of scoundrels. He's like, I want you to be a pair of dogs. Then you're thinking, bow wow, yippee-yi, aren't you?
Sheamus dog.
Was it you, Ross, telling me you read somewhere that Vince likes to describe AJ Styles as a pit bull?
That was that segment on SmackDown a few years ago. He's like, I want to see that pit bull in you, AJ.
What's with him describing people as
slaps 'em.
dogs?
Yeah. That's probably how he sees people in general.
'Cause
He's
how he
like,
talks.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, how he talks now. The dogs are only things I can understand him.
Isn't it high pitch for dogs?
But he's speaking doggy
Austin
language.
Theory, yes, sir.
Take your pants off and dance for me. That's basically what he did in this week's Raw.
Yeah. Austin Theory. I'm not hungry, but I want you to make some food that I will stare at until you give me it.
That must be such a fantastic, not even fantastic, what's the word? I don't even know what word to use here, but imagine standing in front of Vince McMahon and him leaving it quite open-ended like that, and you trying to work out what the best thing to do is with God sat there in front of you.
Yeah.
What a nerve-wracking place to find yourself.
Right.
I think I can't fathom this Vince McMahon being the same man who did the stand back. I know that he did stand back in a very Vince way. The part of it being so mind-blowing is that you watch it, you're like, that's Vince McMahon.
Wait a minute. Stand back. That's a command you give a dog. Oh, God, Warren.
Since I was a boy. Do you know what? He's actually
Since I was a pup.
He's actually quite good, or was. He's actually quite good. It's not a shameful cover. It's actually pretty good. Okay, well, there we go then.
Thanks, Jack.
Does no one else think that? No. It is all right. He does a dance and everything.
He does
His
do a dance.
dancing is very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No complaints towards the dancing.
His voice.
Well, he sort of sing talks.
It's booming, isn't it? Yeah.
I've heard worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the news, is it?
That is the news.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. And in condescending order from last week, 8% rate my takeaways, Christmas single Santa's Takeaway. Oh, I thought do way. Is that just a thing for us then?
What's the point, man?
Sorry,
I
man.
tried. I really tried. when I try, it doesn't go well. Anyway, thanks
in the
everyone.
end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, gave it all. I had to fall to lose it all. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. Deck from Anton Deck's fantastic poo house laugh. As heard during the Hall of Fame segment on this week's podcast, 42%. I thought that was a clear favourite to win.
It's a good laugh.
Yeah, because I showed my friends that as well.
The wording of it's a bit manipulative, though.
It certainly is.
You've mentioned this
Go and
before.
Check it out. Yeah, well, you're rigging it, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm not, because
Well, you are.
we've had complaints in the past that the things aren't descriptive enough. I don't know how Rate My Takeaway's Christmas song and then the name of the Christmas song can be any more descriptive. What more do you want? Huh?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
There we go.
Fine.
In brackets, please pick me, Santa's Takeaway, in bracket. But never mind that. The concept of baths,
Get
50%.
Get in the bath.
Yes.
If anything, it just
Yes.
proves that we are listened to and
Yes.
watched by the dirty, washed, and dirty.
Dirty washed, that's
No,
right.
The
The
dirty,
great,
aren't
the
they?
great washed.
The unwashed.
Great washed.
The great unwashed. Middlesbrough. And baths aren't right. I had lots of people tweet me, "Oh, what about a Japanese bath, Ross? Well, you have a shower
Wait.
before the bath.
Oh,
Well, you have a shower before the bath, don't you?"
If it was that way
was that
round,
thing?
if it was that way round, you'd have a shower after the bath. Surely.
I wouldn't be bothered if I
Yeah.
wouldn't be asked to have a bath if I had a shower for it.
Yeah, exactly. You're just wasting water then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Baths are rubbish.
Well, 50% of the fine audience.
I
of
know,
this
Jack, but
podcast.
you sitting them to relax. That's what I've been thrown at me this week. I relax on the sofa
Yeah.
or in bed,
Yeah.
not in my own filth.
No.
You're missing out, mate. Contact the baths at 50%.
50%.
Thank you very much. I am a bath man.
50.
Whoop whoop. Yes, I am a bath man.
Splash,
Whoop.
splash.
Splash, wash. Filth.
50.
Thank you.
Wow.
So done it.
It is a big percentage.
50%.
Well, you know what? Going on from that, think of that time of year where we do stuff that we would only do this period of year, no other time of year. One of those things that I like to engage in. For some reason, it's just hard to get them throughout the rest of the year. Pigs in blankets. It is the season. Just gorge myself on top of them. Like I'm one of those bears. Got out in my cave. Just not be seen for a few months
One of those
afterwards.
bears.
It's all I'm doing December. Gorge myself all the crap because I'll just not be able to do much come January and plan B and all this other stuff. So absolutely. You can't really gorge yourself on a turkey that much because you have to divide up by other people in the house and look a bit of
gotta
a
share a
gamut.
turkey.
If you have half a turkey to yourself, they're like, Jesus Christ. But pigs and blankets, they're only small. Eat as many of them as you like. It's all right. They're like rice.
They're like
Christmas.
rice. They're the rice of Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can have 100 pigs and blankets, please. Yeah, just for a starter, because they're only little.
Before we came down here today, I saw the Hard Rock Cafes take on the pig in blanket.
Oh no.
And it's like the description of the Rock's penis I saw on that website we found a few years ago.
Whoa.
Do you
No.
remember a few years ago?
No.
Where we found it was a website from the late 90s where
God.
ladies who had slept with the wrestlers
no.
left reviews of the wrestlers' penises.
Oh.
And the Rock's apparently is like a Hard Rock Cafe's pig and blanket. As in,
Google that.
it's long and narrow.
Oh.
Cheers!
It's the most wonderful time. Hard Rock Cafe.
But get on your way back machines, everybody, if you want to find out what your favourite Attitude Era stars Winky was like. I love a pig and blanket.
Yeah, I did.
You ever tried the 6 foot one from Aldi, which I'd never have been able to get my hands on?
6 foot.
Wrapped around like that in a big
Oh,
thing,
right.
yeah.
I was wondering how that was going to
Yeah.
work. No.
It's a thing. I've never been able to track one down. I try every year, though.
Wow.
I was in the big Morrison's the other day in Biker, and oh god, so much stuff, obviously. But when you're used to that little Tesco out there, and then you go to Biker Morrison's, you're like, wow, a whole new world. Chicken in blankets, which I didn't buy them, but I'd never heard of that before. Chicks in blankets.
Sausage meat in blanket as well is a thing around my house at Christmas.
Okay.
Sausage meat's all right, but first,
It's
sausage.
Not, it's big, like it's like a loaf like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Must be at least what's that width? 12 centimeters across. I'm not with it today, am I?
I like, the measurements of
Yeah, I'm
things.
just trying to think of how far that is
Yeah.
for the audio listeners.
That's great, though.
I've
Because they're
got
like, I don't understand what you're talking about, Ross. Then you say 12 centimeters. Ah, gotcha.
Like the Rock's penis.
The Rock's penis. We're still on that. Hang on, let me go to Patreon and vote for the Rock's penis. But yeah, it's that time of year where we can eat stuff and be merry. Or in your case, just be merry, I guess.
I've not had a drink today. That was yesterday. I had 2 beers in the office.
Oh, it was
did you have?
it was crazy.
Crazy times.
I saw the crates out there. Like,
It was
it's just getting ready for
the party, I believe. But it was a
the last party we'll ever have, apparently.
It was a mistake because the beer was warm, and Ross described it. What did you say it was like?
Like soapy bathwater.
It was
a warm
like soapy
Budweiser.
What would you know about bathwater, Ross?
I drink Peoples. Why have I said that?
Yeah, why have you done that? What a day this is! I think you
I've
doing
seen you
that
at a
has
YouTube
opened-
show.
I'm going to go and shut the door because I think you doing that might have opened the door slightly.
Guns here. Or just a crap door. One of the two. I'd say the latter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, pigs and blankets is mine. So who was second? Oh, it was yourself, Ross. What have you
Pigs
got
and
for us?
blankets.
With my manipulative title, apparently. I'll go for
Yeah, please make it manipulative if possible. Make it like the YouTube title. Click here. Oh my God. You will not believe what Ross picked this week.
I'll go for the Rock's penis. Why not?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah,
It's the topic of discussion. It's the talk of the town. Top of the pops.
Tommy's
really
loving
good.
that.
Tommy's
He's
loving.
buzzing.
Were you working with us when we found this website? You were. Can you remember anyone else's? I remember Edge is on there.
Yeah.
Apparently Edge got around.
Why do we both remember Edge?
Yeah, Edge got around a lot.
There were a lot
didn't
of
he?
reviews on Edge.
Yeah. What was Kevin Nash's like?
Yeah, what meal
Did
from
it
the Hard Rock
snap?
Cafe?
Just to,
I
I feel like just to cover our backs, there was no actual way of verifying that these were true, by the way.
Yeah, there was no
Just gotta say.
photographic evidence or anything like this. It was literally just, imagine a website from 1999, so it was black background with like Times New Roman on top of it in pink or something wacky like that. And it was just, leave your review of you can click on the individual wrestler. I don't know if they were like sorted by company or not. Can't remember that far back, but the Rocks and Edge's Winkies were definitely the talk of that town. So I'll go for the Rocks because it's straight.
Yeah. Rock's probably got a nice penis, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to engineer some sort of discussion, but I don't know.
A discussion, that's what we want, yeah.
People's strudel.
Yes.
So we heard, yes, many times.
What is a strudel? Young James,
I
could
don't
you
know.
quickly
It's,
Google the strudel?
It's a dessert, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. It's like it's an American sort of dessert. Or well, German, I suppose, by the name of it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the original Guys and Dolls? Guys and Dolls.
No, but apparently according to Snowboy, that song's not in Guys and Dolls.
It's not. However, it's in the Simpsons
Strudel
Guys
is
and Dolls.
a layered type of pastry.
Yeah.
How's that a cock?
Don't know. Well, is it because?
What?
Well, is it because The Rock always talks about pie, and then it's just a variation of
Maybe.
that?
Yeah,
When
but
you're on
like
the
a
bakery.
sausage roll or
Yeah,
anything like that. It's like,
You no,
go on, do the Rock on a Lillian.
Okay. Well, how does The Rock start a sentence? I've totally forgot. No, I tell you this. No, he doesn't say that, does he? What does he say?
That's all right, yeah.
No, The Rock tells you this. There we
Yeah.
go. The people's Cornish pasty from Greg's,
There we go.
which apparently are real.
The Rock's battered Mars bar.
Yeah. Oh God.
Because, the pie analogy never worked for me. I never understood as a kid what that meant or how that inferred that. And I was an adult.
Well,
I still don't understand how that's
I thought it was around the time
a
of
metaphor.
the release of American Pie.
But even that's a push, really.
Maybe.
Just the alliteration, isn't it? A bit of poontang pie.
Okay. Yeah, remember that
Gross, really.
shirt? It was like The Rock as a bull person eating
Yeah.
the literal
If
manifestation of pie.
You'd have to go for the yum yum, wouldn't you? Because it works on
yum
both
yum.
levels, like in terms of a nice name, and also in terms of the
No, but
shape
it
of the thing.
doesn't sound threatening or like cool, does it? The Rock's yum yum.
I'll give you the rocks, yum yum.
The people's yum yum. Oh God.
So the Rock's penis is my Hall of Fame nomination. And
The
I'll
Rock's
put
penis melts in your hand, not your mouth.
Sorry, the reason that's
a jam-filled centre.
the Guys and Dolls thing. Sorry, that seemed totally out of the blue. But strudels are mentioned in Guys and Dolls. Just if anyone was like, "Why is Jap brought up Guys and Dolls?" It was relevant.
Guys and dolls can all eat the Rock's penis.
You bring your guys and your dolls. I'm sounding a bit Finkel. I don't think it's quite the wrong. There's something a bit missing.
They need the tag team champions. The Guys and dolls. Well, thank you for clarifying that, Ross. That's a wonderful pick for the Hall of Fame.
I wish Ross had gone last because I don't have to follow that.
Jack, what have you got for us?
Freddie Flintoff. What? Not his penis, just Freddie Flintoff the man. So the Ashes have started recently, and
I
England
see.
have got off to a shocker. Really bad. Bowled out for not a lot of runs, and Australia scored lots of runs. So it's all looking bad right now. And it reminded me of when I used to enjoy watching the Ashes because England won occasionally, especially when I was a child in 2005, that famous series. And I thought we could do with some of those boys in the team these days. And then I got to thinking about Freddie Flintoff, as we all do from time to time, and I thought, he's just great, isn't he? Like, could bowl, could bat, is funny, has a laugh, likes a drink now and then on a pedalo, which he got in trouble for, and just can box or did had a boxing
citation
match.
needed there, but
Whenever I've seen him interviewed or anything, he just comes across very genuine and very warm. And also, I had no other picks. So, Freddie Flintoff. Andrew Freddie Flintoff.
it's nice to be reminded of the day when we had like sports personalities and they were just nice.
Yeah.
And apart from the pedal or whatever, but like it wasn't like, well, here's Freddie Flintoff's perspective on Brexit or anything like that. Maybe he has said it, but maybe very, very disingenuous.
Certainly at the time, he was just all about sticking it up the Aussies.
Yeah,
Being
that's right.
classic
Yeah, high
cricket.
sports person. Can you just be sporty? Yes. All right, great.
To be fair, it's coming back now. The England football team are doing great work with that respect.
They're very likeable.
That's
very
a good point
very
as well.
humanising they are.
Yes.
Gareth Southgate's a wonderful man, in my opinion. Took a tactical risk against Germany and it paid off. Oh, man, what a summer. What a summer.
We'll go at them. But yeah, Yeah, that's a nice pick.
Was that a
actually.
war reference?
I just got reminded that an unexploded
Oh my
World
God.
War II thing went off in Germany.
Oh.
And because it's Twitter, I had a look underneath at the comments and they were all, aha, extra time
Oh, no.
from English people.
Oh,
I thought you were referencing the fella who young James is nodding behind that screen over there.
Oh,
Could
you
you get
got
the
that.
article up so I can say this properly?
Oh, no.
Because all I've got in my mind are the words shell and rectum.
Oh, not this. Oh, not this.
Because we haven't said
had-
enough already to get this podcast demonetized.
Oh no, this is fine. Bombshell. And you might be asking yourself, how the hell does a World War II shell get stuck up a man's backside? Well, if you scroll down, you probably see the explanation where he says simply, I slipped.
Oh, no.
17 centimeters by 6 centimeters.
God!
Jesus.
It's like the rocks. Yum yum.
The Peoples Bombshell. The Peoples Unexploded Bombshell.
God!
Hey. Hey.
I thought I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Bloody hell.
So Freddie Flintoff. Great bowler. Good batsman. Better bowler than he was a batsman, in my opinion. And probably that's probably true. That's probably true.
I would say so.
More of a bowler than a batsman. Boy, could he bat as well if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a nice steady headliner. Get the crowd happy. Flintoff must pose. At the end of this little segment, to bring you back to reality, the picks for this week's Hall of Fame are pigs in blankets.
The Rock's
How you
penis.
gonna word it?
Put the Rock's penis.
The Rock's
here.
penis. That's it. And Freddie Flintoff.
Yeah.
Those are your picks and yours alone. If you go to patreon.com/Cultaholic and place your votes now.
Richard, if it wins, can we just have a picture of a yum yum?
Yeah.
'Cause obviously we can't put the winky on there, can we?
You could Photoshop it onto the front of the Rock's pelvis. Yeah.
Lovely.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling, SmackDown. Brock Lesnar opens the show, but is cut off by Sami Zayn,
Oh.
who he thinks is a fan.
Yeah.
Sami explains that he's the number one contender, and Lesnar literally twists his arm into having the title match tonight, even though Sami says he's not ready. Sonya Deville makes the match official backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Mrs. Doyle. Oh, go on. And so I was like, oh, all right.
Well, he actually got him in a hammer.
He
lock.
lit.
Yeah.
You've twisted my arm.
Yeah.
Fair play to him as well for paying off his $1 million fine just before Christmas, because it's obviously not an easy
Yeah.
time of the year to get a $1 million fine, is it? And the fact he's paid it off is just the white meat babyface move we come to expect from this new Brock Lesnar, who also has all of the crack. I thought he was good.
All the crack.
Oh, he's quite funny in that segment.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at the stars, Sammy. Could be you up there.
You said it was the most charismatic you've ever seen Brock Lesnar, apart from one thing. Oh, the Mexican.
Oh, I was going to say,
sombrero.
I'm going to go home and drink a Coors Light.
Oh,
That's a
God.
Coors Light.
Oh, God. UFC 100.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
And then very next scene, he's there like, hello. Hello, Bud Light, I'm very sorry. Sasha Banks beats Shayna Baszler.
I didn't know what else to say. She just beat Shayna
Me
Baszler. It
neither.
was all right. Pretty good match, as you'd expect from them, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Sometimes a match is just a match. Sonya Deville is on the phone with Adam Pearce and updates him on the Lesnar situation. He decides not to show up. Okay. She hangs up and Drew McIntyre arrives, demanding to know who excluded him from the Battle Royal last week. Sonya tells him to take it up with Pearce.
Uh-oh.
He's coming across like a pissy little bitch, as Drew McIntyre
He is, yeah.
with his stupid sword threatening to kill people.
Drew gets put in all the matches. He missed out on one. Calm down, Drew.
Has he forgotten about the past year and a half? You've had your go, son. It's okay. Have a few months off.
I'd be mad if I stared down Lashley, my WrestleMania opponent, and no one reacted at all in the crowd.
Oh, Iranu.
He'd rather indeed.
Ooh, dearie me.
Next up is Happy Talk.
Yes.
Not like this podcast at all, where Corbin explains that eliminating Moss from the Battle Royal was just a hilarious prank.
I love this segment.
Drew makes his entrance, but it's a distraction, allowing Jeff Hardy to attack from behind. The bad guys get beaten down.
There was a joke that Madcap Moss told, and Corbin couldn't take it. He nearly got out of his seat. He was laughing too hard. He nearly stood up.
What was the joke?
The joke was, what do you call Jeff Hardy if he was a woman with a child? Swanton mom. And Baron and Happy Corbin just laughs. So he's like, he nearly leaves the ring. He's like, I've had that. You're too much, you. It was so funny.
You should start taking bumps off the jokes.
It's funny. Yeah. It's funny how hard they laugh. It's so good.
Yeah.
I really like them now.
Also, it's worth mentioning.
Jeff Hardy, yeah.
Jeff Hardy. I'm saying it's not getting to Thursday. Right now, we know.
Yeah.
Yes, he was sent home from after doing a house show.
We don't know what for, though, do we?
Not like entirely, no.
Not
Just
entirely,
the
no.
footage
So I
from
don't
the
really
house show.
speculate.
Yeah.
His brother says he's doing all right, but he
Yeah.
says it's not his place to talk about it. And stuff
Which is
like
fair
that,
enough
so.
for Matt Hardy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looked fantastic in his hat doing the floss.
Oh, yes, then Drew and Jeff put the hats on. Yeah.
They're like a pair of gigolos now, aren't they? That's
Yes.
it. Drew and Jeff, the gigolos. Or the jiggle bros, that could be them.
Whoa!
Oh, no. Can you stop giving them ideas, man? Elias is there going, no, stop speculating.
That's
please.
it. They've just been putting people's gear on and doing saucy dances, haven't they? In the little wrestling gear. Ooh,
Sexy
wow. Yeah, yum yum.
Sexy men in different ways. Different
Versions of sexy.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We get another Xia Li vignette. This time, she beats up some muggers.
Does she... Were there fatalities or not? That's
I don't
the
think so
important
this
thing.
time, yeah.
Right, you seem to be keeping track of a number of kills.
Just the two kills so far.
Okay.
The landlord and the school bully who was having making her brother's life a terrible place to be. So I think that they were fine though. I think maybe. Who
Yeah,
knows?
they just weren't animated afterwards.
Let's hope the police don't investigate it years later.
Los Lotharios take on the Viking Raiders.
Oh, this segment was
Boogs
bad.
pops up on the announce table and plays Eruption.
He's
It says
sort
in
of-
brackets, sort
but he
of.
kinda
Oh,
does
it's a
the-
hard song, Jack. Yeah.
He was late, wasn't he?
Was he?
Late at the party.
Were they waiting around? I can't quite remember.
I remember just a move happening, and then they were sort of stood still. Then he started playing. A bit of a mess. Yeah. Started off well with the match. A lot of slams and dives and whatnot, and fast-paced stuff.
Yeah,
But
these two teams should be good together. Yeah.
But it's all okay because we've got the fantastic feel-good moment at the end with,
Yes.
with all the lads jamming.
Yes, the distraction doesn't work, but they win anyway. The Raiders confront Boogs and Nakamura afterwards, but Boogs plays their theme tune to smooth things over. And Nakamura did tweet yesterday, some of it's going to be a payoff today, because that's when all the news happens. But bye for now, or something like that, and then immediately deleted it.
Oh,
Would you notice if Nakamura went at this point?
he's
course
the
you
IC.
would.
He's the IC champion.
We just
Wait, is
have
he?
the belt.
Wait, is he? He is the IC champion.
Exactly, Jack. Thank you for proving my point.
We've already recorded it'll be coming up soon, but a tier list involving SmackDown. And we said, I think I found out that Nakamura, since winning the IC belt, has defended it once, maybe twice.
Is he bottom tier?
Can't reveal what the tier was about either.
Why would we give spoilers?
Yeah,
like
why
that,
would we do
Matthew?
that?
Okay, thanks for telling us.
It was so much fun.
I'll
the
have to
segment.
watch that video when it comes out.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will. Like you do all of our videos.
Yes, that's
you don't
right.
just appear on this and then never watch anything we do.
Would
do
you? Would you?
I watch the bits where you humiliate yourself. They're great.
Matthew's life is so full of wrestling already. I wouldn't blame him. It's fine. I think it's fine.
But we are the
You
best.
don't, he does.
We are the best.
We are the best.
We're the best.
We're the
man
best. We're the best.
around.
We're the best.
Yes.
Santana. No, Ortiz. I beg my pardon. Ortiz is the one who shouts "We're the best" repeatedly. Isn't he?
And he goes, the best.
Like
the
Dave
best,
Grohl,
The
yeah.
best. The best. Xavier Woods, also the best, is about to face Jey Uso and brings out the returning Kofi Kingston to be in his corner. Hooray. Jimmy Uso gets involved with the DQ, and it all turns out to a brawl, which the New Day win. Roman Reigns is disappointed backstage and grills Heyman about whether he knew Lesnar was going to be here tonight.
They've done this sort of storyline already.
Yes,
it's
that
carried on,
time.
though, but yeah.
Yeah.
And a little later, the New Day are hanging out with Alia backstage and say they're going to win the tag titles from the Usos at day one.
Ish.
Yes.
Right.
The Usos entrance I'm looking forward to at day one. See if they go,
If they can lose their hometown, their home pay-per-view.
their home pay-per-view, yeah. Well, Taker rarely won a buried alive match, so maybe they'll lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I hope they don't lose.
You hope the Usos win?
So then we'll get more, won't we? More of the same.
Even more New Day Usos.
It's proof that you can actually have too much of a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it is still good. It's just the fact we've seen it for years now at this point.
Yeah. So it was sort of like the Dudleys versus Hardys in 02, and you're like, all right, lads, come on.
Yeah.
But this is even further away.
Yes.
Like the Hell in a Cell match must have been 2017, maybe?
Yeah.
So it's actually been like 4 years since, or 4 years. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Been a while.
The gap between 2000 and 2002 felt like about 7 years. But the gap between then and now Feels like about a year. It's weird.
I found
It's
this
crazy, isn't it?
when you were younger. Years lasted longer, didn't they?
Years lasted for years.
Yeah, but now they just. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, these COVID times, it's crazy. I'm going. So it's December 2021, right? There's lots of like memes and pictures online where it's like, it's like January 2019, blink, December 2021.
Maybe it's because
I feel that.
Maybe it's because when you're like 6, a year is a sixth of your life. But once you're in your 20s, smaller fractions of your life.
We're like 3 weeks away from 2022.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sure
it already looks like crap.
I'm sure it's 2020, like 2012, like last week or something.
Yeah.
I would have
Got You was in the charts.
Yeah, I don't think we'd have had much interaction because I was only there for about a week at first. But I think I met Ross in 2014, the back end of 2014. But still,
I had it on my Facebook the other day. It was we went to the Newcastle match where they beat Chelsea 2-0 in the name redacted box at St James's Park. It was 7 years ago. Oh. I remember that day so vividly. Papa Cisse on the spot, Johnny on the spot. But 7 years. I've been covering wrestling for 7 years of my life. Jesus!
come on, guys.
And you've loved every minute of it.
Will we make it to 8? Who knows? No, we
Oh,
will.
stop it. Of course we will. But when people like Charlotte Flair are here, enter to answer a challenge made by Tony Storm backstage earlier.
Yeah, Tony Storm said something earlier and Charlotte came
Great.
out. Yeah.
She says that she won't acknowledge her and refuses the title shot. As she leaves, Tony hits her with a pie.
And the pie stops wrestlers from retaliating. It freezes them for a turn.
Yeah.
At the
It's like
pie.
using an Aeon in Final Fantasy. It's like, that's it.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, sorry.
The pie also clobbered the front row fantastically
Did it?
as well. Yeah.
Good.
It flew straight into the front row. But I'm glad to see her get her own back.
I'm glad that Charlotte sold it because I'm so used to Charlotte brushing off defeats and laughing at her opponents and stuff. I'm glad she looked
Wiping
annoyed.
I was half expecting a
You
tongue.
got me, kid.
Yeah.
Blech.
I was half.
Good
What's
one.
the darker Spider-Man called? Venom. A Venom-esque tongue to come out of Charlotte Flair's head and just lick it all off very quickly. Ha ha! You think you got me? No, not me, not Charlotte Flair. But I think Tony's thinking about this pie thing a bit too much. She called herself Two Pie Tony. No one said that.
Did she? I missed that.
Whoa, what noise was that? Like a foghorn. She did. She called herself Two Pie Tony.
I hate WWE sometimes.
I like
She's
Two
like,
Pie Tony.
People
It's a
might
good
think
name.
I'm Two Pie Tony. No, I don't.
Tony, no one said that.
Two Pie Tony.
Imagine she just reveals embarrassing. People might call me wet myself on a camping trip.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to call myself Wet Myself in a company.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
I'm going to own this embarrassment.
That's right.
Shorty G.
Speaking of names, the name of this segment, which they put in the sky on the little graphic thing, made this entire show worthwhile for me. Storm warning for Charlotte Flair.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Those graphics are nice.
I could take or leave them, mate.
Oh,
to
okay,
be honest
fair
with you.
enough.
Did they add anything to the show? I mean,
Well,
they do
more than
here.
the pie, yes.
Yeah,
and
storm
the strudel.
warning. Yeah.
Uh, Sheamus beats Cesaro in quite a short match.
Yeah.
It's not really emphasis on the
This
feud
is
right now, is it?
sad about
This is
Cesaro.
hard to watch, wasn't it?
Two old friends.
Sheamus shouting at Cesaro. Rich Holland is 10 times the man you ever were.
It's just a lie.
That's his brother from the bar.
Also, Rich Holland isn't better than Cesaro.
No.
Not yet.
Yeah, he'll be class.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
I'll
not.
say this now in like 3 weeks' time. It's like, I love Rich Holland.
I hope Rich Holland does do really well, but I don't buy this whole thing that Sheamus doesn't respect Cesaro suddenly. They've been through so much together. They've come so far.
They think we haven't seen that backstage segment after that match he had with Drew McIntyre.
Oh, mate.
Pulling at the heartstrings all whacked.
Forgot about that.
I love you, bro. Oh, then he
Miss you
starts
so much. Oh.
The adrenaline keeps kicking in, crying more and more. Oh, it's
Yeah.
real stuff, that.
Yeah.
Wrestling's real.
Wrestling's real.
I thought that at this point of the show, I wrote down in my notes here, this SmackDown is really uninspired.
Oh.
This was the breaking point for this week's SmackDown for me.
Oh, that was a breaker point. Let's carry on even more. Naomi confronts Sonya Deville, asking if she's too scared to have a match with her. Sonya says she wrestle her as soon as she takes her jacket off, but as long as she's wearing it, she's a WWE official. And if Naomi lays her hand on her, she'll have her fired. Sonya slaps Naomi.
Yes. Naomi can't do anything.
Yeah, because she's got the jacket.
Why is Sonya treating Naomi unfairly? Can we please find out?
It's a good job we haven't seen multiple other wrestlers put their hands on people in jackets.
Well, Lesnar got fined $1 million.
Naomi can pay that. She's been on the glow for years.
Yeah.
She was on Total Divas for a bit.
When you said she's had did you say she's had her glow for years?
She's felt the glow for years.
She makes it sound like the Avon lady. Just
Sami Zayn cuts a promo before his title shot, talking about how nobody gave him a chance apart from his new buddy, Brock Lesnar. Lesnar enters and beats Sami down. Roman arrives, wins the match in seconds.
Why did Brock do
You know
this?
what?
Because he wants
Okay.
Roman.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because Roman made him look silly last time because he beat him. So.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it would be funny as hell if Brock helped it and Sami Zayn wins the championship
That'd be
just for
great.
Brock to beat him. But
Do you remember
that's
when
not Brock's way.
The Rock referee. Speaking of The Rock again, do you remember when he refereed? Was it Triple H and Bulldog? And he's counting as he's got the mic. And he goes, 1, 2. It doesn't matter. But he could have had Bulldog win the belt and he didn't. And I was like, never mind.
I was thinking of JLS while watching this match.
Were you?
Because as they said a long time
Oh,
ago,
no.
you only get one shot, and that might be Sammy's. That might be it, and that was it for Sammy. That could be it.
That might
I
be
hope
his
it's
only
not.
shot.
Yeah, left a sour taste in the mouth, so it did. I can see it makes sense because Brock wants to prove he's better than Roman, but also he could have just faced Sami Zayn.
I have an acquaintance.
Nah. You know what? I was happy with this. I thought it was funny. Brock got to
you
show off his humorous side where he's not killing things.
Do you feel bad for Sammy?
No.
Oh, yes. Oh, dude.
Because he cheated to win that Battle Royal
No,
last
he
week.
didn't. He didn't.
It's
brains.
just desserts.
It's brains.
Nah,
This didn't break any rules, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
that's not the point.
It was against the spirit of the game.
It's exactly. Thank you.
I have an acquaintance
Just not cricket.
who's called Ellis. He's got a YouTube channel called Away Days. He's a football vlogger. Me and him went to the Sunderland match once. That's how we met.
Oh, no.
And he, every year, will message me asking if Sami Zayn's likely to win that year's Royal Rumble. And I'm expecting his message at some point in the next few weeks, yeah.
Oh.
And every time I have to go, sorry, mate, no, not this year. Maybe next time. But there was a time when Sami feasibly might have, maybe would have, like 2016, 2017.
I think the last time that was. Again,
Yeah.
it feels like, forever ago.
NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, I think he's doing great.
Oh, he is.
Oh, he
His
is, yeah.
character, he's in his perfectly suited role. He's just that little get. He cheats in battle royals and then loses matches, and he's just fodder for Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I'm fine with it.
I just hope they add this to the conspiracy, which they've forgotten about and they shouldn't.
They
forget
have
about.
like the Vlad the Superfan documentary and the Lex Luger
Yeah.
one.
That
just
trailer,
not coming out.
The
is
trailer
it?
for the Vlad one looked amazing. I really
Did.
wanted to watch that. Never mind.
That's what you get for being a super fan.
I guess for being a wrestling fan, yeah.
Yeah. Dirty.
They teased the yum yum there, didn't they?
We didn't need to bring the yum yum back.
I've just ruined yum yums for everyone listening now.
I'm not a big fan anyway.
I like a yum
I'll go
yum
for
from time
the
to
I'll go
time.
for the muffin.
The muffin man.
Hey dear.
Oh man. Absolutely walk into it.
Are you trying to tell us that you're a muffin man?
The muffin man.
A muffin man.
Well, she's married to the muffin man.
I do know the muffin man.
The muffin man.
AEW Rampage. Sami Zayn successfully defends the TNT title against Tony the Tiger Nese.
I just
Who's
thought-
put that down?
I just thought he needed a bit of pizzazz. He needed a bit of razzle dazzle. Yeah.
absolutely. You're a dog.
You're a tiger.
Yeah, if there was ever someone who needed more personality, it's Tony Nese.
Tony
What
the tiger.
about man? He's got 8 abs. What more do you want? He counts
Yeah, he
them
counts
when he walks
them.
down to the ring. Fantastic.
If I
I
had
don't know
eight,
how close to snapping you sound like you are.
if I had 8 abs, I would do that as well.
Yeah.
So, can't fully blame him.
He's
Does he still do that?
He didn't.
He did it. He did it on the...
I don't think he did. You know what? Maybe he did.
I don't know. Whatever. He's got
I'm
8
sorry,
abs. That's
Tony.
all he's got. He's a good wrestler.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
8 abs and an 8 head.
Wow.
Now then,
Nasty.
let's unpack
Forehead.
this one.
Nasty.
All right.
Nasty.
Doesn't really work the same, does it? But yeah, look, he's good. He's good in the ring, but guess what? So is everybody else in AEW.
Yeah.
So, AEW Rampage just gives you a nice match. And then
He does have a move in contention for the move of the week, which I will remember to do this week. That was Sammy's draped across the top turnbuckle.
That's
and
right.
He kicks him, but so high.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Gutbuster, all in one. That was.
I did like that, yeah.
Lovely that from Tony
Lovely
the Tiger.
combo.
Thank you. It was great. Jade Cargill faces Janai Kay, shooting at Thunder Rosa, who's on commentary. Cargill wins and beats down Kai afterwards. So Rosa runs in and they have a pull-apart brawl. Get in.
Yeah.
This could have been done differently for me. Like
Oh.
we don't need to see matches like this from Jade anymore. We know what the score is with Jade. This was just put on to set up a thing with Thunder Rosa. Something a bit more out the box, a bit more entertaining. I might even say.
And also, if
point.
I'm allowed to add to the podcast lore, I think we've got a new type of pop.
We might do, you
So
know.
we've got the Brother Love pop. We've got the Bobby Lashley pop.
Yeah.
We've got the third one that none of us can remember.
That's right.
And now we've got the Jade Cargill pop, which is
An unexpected pop.
Fabricated, possibly. A possibly fabricated pop. Yeah. But we're not sure. But she got a big reaction for coming out.
It's not even when you realise it's her. It's just when the... That's a thunder
Yeah.
and lightning noise effect I've done there. believe it or
Thank
not.
you. We could isolate that one. Do a little the scary film. Last week's would have been, because it's obviously from the arse end of last week's Dynamite. Either the audio wasn't so very well or the crowd was deed. So it's not often AEW do this where it's that noticeable. But yes, you are right, Jack. It was very noticeable that it sounded like Austin 99 coming out for Jade Cargill.
Oh, she's an impressive lady.
I mean, I certainly reacted like Austin 99, but the crowd, they were not into it. FTR faced Pac and Penta in the main event because this was going to be FTR taking on Lucha Brothers until either AAA or AEW, speculating here, went, we're literally asking people to pay $20 on Fight for that exact match tomorrow. Can you do anything else with it? So it was Pac and Penta, and ended up being a better match than FTR versus Lucha Brothers anyway.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Whoa.
FTR versus Lucha Brothers. I remember seeing that, and seeing go back a few weeks ago. I was hyped for that. This could be so great. I love tech guys versus Lucha dudes. It was all right.
There was too much.
Series
There was too much. There was too
okay.
much
Maybe
going on.
my expectations were up here.
The finish with the masks was a bit odd.
Yeah, it just kind of worked.
So yeah, this was a better match.
But this match was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was a better match than that match.
Yeah.
But I don't doubt that FTR and Lucha Bros match could have been better if the finish was short. If it was shorter and the
Yeah.
finish was better.
Malachi Black interferes and Spitz missed in the Pac's good eye. So now, what, Ross? What?
He's blind.
He cannot see, man.
Did I dream that he had two patches on somewhere? Because
Possibly.
I've
both
seen,
eyes?
Yeah, I've seen this vision this week somewhere, and I swear I dreamt it.
Pac with both eyes.
Like two individual, not like a one, like a I don't know,
Like Daredevil.
yeah,
Yeah.
a Zorro, but with
Yeah.
the eyes filled in.
Maybe.
You had two individual like patches. You can see the strings. Maybe I've dreamt that. Who knows?
Well, like Gallows on that wacky YouTube thing that we did for a bit. What's it called?
Oh, your thing.
Legion.
Botched.
Yeah.
Botched.
Oh, right.
Not botched.
No, not that one.
Oh!
Man.
Oh yes, ex Ferguson.
Southpaw Regional.
Thank you.
Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he did probably the best thing he's ever done in his
Oh,
career.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found Carl Anderson really funny in that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cena.
I'm still the best looking guy. Cena was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And Fandango.
Yeah.
Jericho was himself.
Yeah, and it's Jericho actually him.
Hey.
So, I know what I was going to say, yeah. So what a great week it's been. This should have been in the Hall of Fame, really. But so Jericho, as you brought him up last time, because you follow him on Instagram, he had I'm surprised he was able to perform at the Riverside after the epic cardio session he had on Instagram.
The top
taking
of
photos
Everest
of
he
all
went
that.
to the top of Everest. He went.
Yes,
back
the
down
top of
again.
Everest.
But before you say what you say,
Okay,
you
go
went
on.
to you went to Dublin, and someone DM'd me who lives in Dublin.
Oh, yeah.
And he took a few pictures around Dublin. I think it was one with the council building. He just sort of stood outside. A few more places. They confirmed that all those places again were in a short radius. And then this happened over the weekend, which I'm assuming you're going to speak about now.
Ben Potter. Ben Potter decided, you know what? I need to get my steps in. I think I'll also take on the epic trek. Incredible journey.
The Jericho Triangle.
Jericho's Triangle. Did the photos and the same poses and everything because Ben Potter is such a professional.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jericho saw it. I'm not sure if he understood the joke. We was like, love it.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Jericho. You
Probably
big
just-
ham.
Probably just thinks Ben's a big fan. Check out Triple Jump for all your gaming content needs.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes, they've got a good sense of humour.
A small chance that Jericho thinks that sign's real, where it says the Jericho Triangle.
Yeah, he photoshopped Jericho Triangle onto the sign. Oh.
Even better was, again, we saw on Instagram, again, his epic journey. Like, all these official accounts going, yeah, love it. Just Jericho, like that.
When
So great.
Pac was filming his vignettes at the Jericho Triangle,
that's right.
And beyond, he went even further. He made Newcastle look like a really scary place. Like
Not hard.
The but the quayside.
The quayside's lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah, at night.
it looked scary when it was just Pac running along. I was
He
like,
went, I don't know what the stairs are called though, but those stairs he was on,
oh yes,
where everyone's had many whittles.
oh they're a scary set
Yeah,
of
they're a
steps.
scary set of steps.
Yeah, can't confirm.
And steep.
Because you do it at the top, you get to see it all goes way down. Like
Okay,
there's, what are they called?
slinkies.
Like a slinky.
The Rock Slinky.
So yeah, they rip off Penta's mask and leave while Malachi gouges Pac's eye with this thumb.
Aye, that was nasty, that.
Oh,
and there's blood.
still
Yeah.
mine.
What a nasty pasty. So,
Not a yum yum.
no, NXT WarGames. I'm sure we're looking forward to this. The team of Kaylee Ray, Cora Jade, Io Shirai, and Raquel Gonzalez take on Toxic Attraction and Dakota Kai. Cora jumps off the top of the cage at one point and knackers her shoulder, but Io pops it back in like a Lethal Weapon.
I didn't like that.
Did you not?
The fact that she did something to it just took me out the moment completely. I would have preferred if Cora Jade just sold the arm and Io was like, yeah, oh, farewell. Not like, good, I'll fix you. I'm Dr. Shirai. Hello,
Did you like it when? Do you remember when? Dr. Shirai. I think it was Shayna Baszler who rammed her own shoulder back in.
Yeah.
Was that all right?
That was badass.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Do it yourself. Also because they actually had to, everyone had to stop doing moves and stuff. So it was like, wait, hang on. We have to do this
it was
bit.
real up until Io got involved.
It was well done.
Good
up until
selling
that
from
point.
Cora. Yes.
Up until it's like, no, wait, I have. It's fake.
Tell you what, the dive was scary.
Oh, dear.
I mean,
Yeah,
it looked
was.
awesome, but it was terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, like wrestling should be.
She must have had that feeling midway through, thinking, I've not rotated enough here. But whew, she did.
Well, I mean, we've all been there.
Oh yeah, that old yeah.
That old
No,
feeling.
made it sound like I knew what I was. When I'm just casually hitting a Phoenix Splash on someone, for example.
Cora also kicks out Manny Rose's finisher and later gets the wing pinfall for her team on JC Jane with everyone else down on the canvas.
It was like an opportunistic.
It was, you know what? Okay, I've knackered myself doing my own move. All right. Okay, so the story should be I bravely come back and triumphantly beat the other team with a fluke victory.
Yeah.
Type.
Quite enjoyed the match as a whole.
Okay.
She's only 20, bless her.
Yeah, I know. And they reminded us by saying, look, she's 20, she's rubbish, leave her alone. That's her gimmick, I
She's
guess.
not rubbish,
She is. She hurt herself doing a move.
but
She's
'Cause
rubbish.
That's never happened before.
Exactly.
Ross has ruined my Twitter now because after mentioning that Cora Jade would be my favorite wrestler, and surely is, I do get quite a lot of like, Jack's buzzing, like Cora Jade's one, or like, are you scared about her and her arm? And she did a tweet saying like,
I love Jack the Jobber, my favourite Cultaholic member.
she did a tweet saying, it was something like, wow, someone's just paid. They were in like Louisiana or something. It was like, someone's just paid for my meal at this bar, but I don't know who it was. Thanks very much.
That was nice of
And
you.
then someone replied, went, didn't know you were in New Orleans last week.
I love this match though, me. For an
Did you?
opening match of the night War Games match, which is a difficult spot to be in because it's War Games at the start of the night. I thought the fact it was just bombs and bombs and bombs and bombs and not much tactics. It was like 96 Newcastle taking on
Oh, God.
2021
Everyone's-
Leeds United.
Everyone's second favourite War Games team. Yeah.
But the bin as well, got to mention the bin.
I was going to say, this match, to me, half the people in this match were like ready for it, and half the other people in the match seemed to be like, oh no. The last thing I want to do is this type of match.
No.
Kaylee Ray was great. Raquel Gonzalez stuffing Kai in a bin, swinging around. That was mint. But the other people in the match seemed to be like, okay, let's just do the match that we would going to be doing. I didn't have a giant cage on it. Let's try not to hurt ourselves too much. I think this was a very weak War Games match.
Whoa. Critical blows.
Contrasting
Bang,
opinions.
critical blow to the jaw. Pow.
Yeah. And I partly don't blame them because we have to have this match. Oh, even the people who aren't going to be really good in it, let's do it. Okay, fine.
It was a difficult one as well because the baby faces had the upper hand, didn't they, in this one?
Yeah.
Or was it the other one?
That
It
didn't
was
make
this
much
one.
sense.
Yeah, so that never helps. But the fact it was just big moves, I enjoyed it.
I did as well. I don't think it was an all-time great, but
Oh, no.
I wasn't all time great. It wasn't a complete disaster like I'm sure some people were expecting it, but it was just like, okay, that happened.
Well, they're just negative Nellies, and shame
Certainly
on
are.
them, eh?
From the man who said NXT was better last week than AEW. Imperium.
I thought we proved it was, yeah,
Yeah, it
didn't
was. We agreed. We looked at it. We
You,
looked at
but
it.
you were like, no.
No, we looked
and
at
then to say, oh, Maffew, you've
We
converted
looked
us.
at the evidence and we're like, actually, yeah.
You put your phone down, stop giving people money.
This week
when
might be
they're in
different,
New
but
Orleans.
we'll find out.
Yes. Imperium beat Kyle O'Reilly and...
Vaughn Wagner.
That's right.
Come Tuesday!
Come Tuesday. We can't just start calling him Come Tuesday.
That was the tag team of Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner.
Come
Tuesday. To retain the NXT tag team titles. Bloody hell, Imperium were good in this. It's been a while since they got the show.
Fabian
first up.
Eichner.
Fabian Eichner. Wow. Not just the big crossbody, which was amazing. He was class all the way through. The deadlifts, everything.
I've got them written. The way he caught, come Tuesday, and it was a big move, and then just did one. The springboard moonsault to break up a pinfall. The reverse slap, the guillotine into a suplex attempt, and then the roll up in one movement. The springboard to the floor is in contention for move of the week.
That didn't win.
Might have done. I need to remember what else I put down. I tell you, my memory's going. It's very worrying. But he was very good in this match, wasn't he?
I always assumed that Marcel Bartel was the better of the two because of his background in WXW, and he was like one of the indie kids' as cool favourites. But Eichner in this match was amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to put some respect on Fabian Eichner's name.
Right. I think I've always looked at him like, the dark horse, because they go, wow, Imperium, that group from Germany. I'm like, Eichner was never in WXW and all this stuff. But yeah, hey, I'm converted now. And it also helps him a lot that Timothy Thatcher just hasn't been seen.
Where is he
in
at?
weeks. I don't know. I don't know if he's injured or whatever, but I can't imagine Timothy Thatcher showing up to 2.0 to take on Andre Chase or something in a school rules match or whatever. But you know what? That match was fantastic. And then, what was even better than that match? Von Wagner.
Who?
Sorry, come Tuesday. Goes, I can't believe we didn't win. Grr. Tries to blindside Kyle. But Kyle knows it's coming. Ducks it and it beats him up. I can't remember the last time I saw a babyface go, no, I know I'm going to get turned on. How about I beat you up beforehand? Is the opposite to Sting.
No, he's going to get turned back up Tuesday.
Stop fit you.
Now,
I know what I said.
Who was it I was talking to about this? Who was like, they really, really liked it.
I wasn't a fan at all.
And I thought, if you want to put Come Tuesday over, you've got to go all in, and you've got to have him batter Kyle instead of this, which was, it made him look silly in my opinion. But,
I thought it was very symptomatic of a main roster storyline arc because they did the Kyle O'Reilly not trusting anybody, having trust issues. And then he got together with Von Wagner and just forgot about his trust issues. And then all of a sudden, I've got trust issues again.
And he should have had trust issues. Von Wagner, Mr. Come Tuesday
They
himself.
went into the woods,
Mr.
drank some beers.
Trying to like the RVD
That was Forrest
intro.
Friday.
Mr. Pay-Per-View, Mr. Come Tuesday, Von. Spin kick falls over. Wagner.
So, after he'd done it, Kyle O'Reilly then said, "This is for life" or something. Did you see that? He did the,
gave it the-
and then he did suck it a few times as well. So he obviously also is a big fan of DX as well. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
I
what does
like
that
the
mean?
fact, well,
What
I've
does
got
that
trust
mean?
issues, so I know you turn on me. All right, well.
But it's
God,
the
sorry,
fact that they
come
forgot
on.
it for weeks as he was in a happy tag team and went deep into the woods, let's not forget, with Come Tuesday.
Obviously not that deep.
But to your point, I would say that Von Wagner hasn't experienced a big loss before, and this he can't handle it, and he's thought no. So
No.
I think there is a reason.
He had everything handed to him. He was just a guard on SmackDown for a week.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Sky's the limit. Cameron Grimes wins the hair versus hair match with Duke Hudson with a roll-up and a handful of tights. Hudson attacks Grimes afterwards, but he wins the brawl and shaves his head. Look, Cameron Grimes is really over. I'm glad that he won. It makes up for the fact that Duke Hudson is one of the dullest wrestlers I've seen in some time.
I'm glad you're not the only one saying that.
Dull Hudson.
I was trying to make myself feel, all right for Duke and not take the slander too far, thinking that it's NXT, flippy doos, all that stuff, kickouts, all that malarkey. He's trying to be the Bobby Roode of the modern day.
Right.
But there's the Bobby Roode, and then there was what Duke was doing. Kicking a punch, wasn't it? That was it. Huh. It was like wrestling a game of Attitude on the PS1.
Yeah, and you don't know the controls.
Yeah.
Hey.
But at least he's got all the charisma in the world now that he's bald with a funny wig.
Yeah, we'll move more on that later on. But yeah, Cameron Grimes, over as hell. Crowd love him.
Yeah.
And he won. It's like, oh, thank God.
That would be a
Does the
travesty.
heels
to
ever
loss,
win
yeah.
hair versus hair? Apart from if it's like a
Mate.
meaningful one in Mexico.
Oh, I think Lucha Ball pointed out, isn't it famous? Like one of the biggest AAA shows of the year, with some of the female stuff happening, and the only hair versus hair match was on NXT. So
But in American wrestling, do the heels ever win hair versus hair?
I don't think so. I remember when Chavo lost and he shaved his own head. That was good. But yeah, that's actually a good point. Actually, I wonder if anyone has. But yeah, worked well for him. Happy for Cameron Grimes. Roddy Strong retained the Cruiserweight title against Joe Gacy after Gacy stops Harlan from attacking Ivy Nile on the outside. This was just a match, really.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a lot more storyline driven.
Right.
But it just turns out that Joe Casey is like every single other indie man.
Yeah.
you can't have too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. I'm just saying it is just the same, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it made you think that there was something was going to happen, and then we get the Cruiserweight title, and there'd be a storyline there, which is going to be an open weight, whatever thing. Must be some reason why they scrapped the Odyssey Jones thing was strong, and that's like, no, Casey had a match, you lost, and that's it.
I still think they are going to
okay.
do something, though, because he referenced again changing the belt this
Yeah, he
week
did.
and changing
Yeah.
the show name.
Changing 205 Live.
Yeah.
I got recommended on YouTube this week, or maybe it was last week before WarGames, but they like an old WWE video from like 2 years ago when they were plugging Evolve, and it was Eddie Kingston in a stable with Joe Gacy, and I was like, oh, wow, I never knew about that. That was cool.
It's a
I've everyone
small
else.
world.
Very charismatic stable, and other people are wearing it as well. But
Yeah.
they were the main ones anyway.
It's crazy. That's going back, what, 2 years?
Maybe two, maybe
like
it was
how things have
longer.
changed.
Not sure. Yeah.
Nuts. We also... Oh, no.
What's happened?
Sorry, this might be Ross's move of the week. We get an Eichmann Giro skit
Oh,
where he eats too much food and has to go to the toilet.
Have you got it written down what he ate? Because I've forgotten. I remember
No.
the two big things of ice cream. That's my two.
was there a burger as well?
My
in there,
abiding
maybe?
memory.
Something.
And then what happened, Matthew? What was the...
He
What
had,
was
he had to take a big duke.
Is it your bowel mover of the week?
Crap of the week goes to Eichmann Giro.
What did this achieve?
This achieved nothing other than to make us all roll our eyes at the noble art of professional wrestling.
What was this about?
I don't understand what this was meant to achieve. I understood maybe the earlier promo package they had where we've got a little view into his walk-in cupboard.
Oh, that's a
With all his jackets.
that's a rehash of an old one though.
This
But
is the
yeah.
jacket man.
Yeah.
So he's got two gimmicks, jacket and poo.
Yes. Yes.
He's going
he does.
places, that lad.
He's
And
in a tag-
handsome. Ikeman means
Handsome
handsome
jacket,
man.
poo.
Yeah.
He's in a tag team called Jacket Time.
That's right.
Let's put it all together.
And they yell things. Yeah.
Jacket Poo Time.
That'll be on...
That's so fun. Whoa, what time is it? It's time for a poo.
Yeah.
Yay!
They'll be selling watches that'll say, what time is it? It's either jacket, handsome, or poo.
Because the hands will just be big logs of poo going around the clock
That's
face.
it. Some logs.
We are Bruce Pritchard, aren't we? Why? If anyone knows at home, please let us know. Because it didn't even get followed up on NXT, did it? on the
No,
weekly show?
there was no reference
No
to
reference
it.
to it at all.
No.
So what was this about? Other than to embarrass a man who's not from that country.
But he was loving it though. He really went for it. He
looked
made
like
chicken.
He looked like he was having a wank. The way the camera
Did
was
he?
just there.
No, that's next week, man. Next week.
He looked like he was having a wank in the stalls at the toilets.
Oh, what was the point? Is this a Vince McMahon segment? It seems like the sort of thing Vince would find funny.
Vince did fart on this week's Raw. His IBS
That's
was
right.
kicking in.
His IBS.
No laughing matter, of course. But it's happening on Raw as well. So, but not imagine Vince McMahon doing that segment. Just meat going everywhere. Go to the stalls.
I'm handsome. In the main event, Team Black and Gold beats Team 2.0 in the main event. There are callbacks to Gargano and Ciampa's friendship and rivalry, also coming out to Rebel Heart. Tony D'Angelo tries to take Pete Dunne's teeth out, and then just basically twocks his mouth guard and goes, I'll save this for later. Grayson Waller hits an elbow drop from the top of the cage. At one stage, Dexter Loomis...
Week contender.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Dexter Loomis emerges from under the ring to scare Trick Williams at the back. Eventually, Team 2.0 win with Bronbreaker getting the pinfall over Ciampa. Now, this I liked.
Was another move of the week nomination when LA Knight bounced up to the top rope and chucked Grayson Waller off.
course
that
it
was
was.
another good one.
Right
Shades of
there.
the Great.
Oh, sorry.
Shades of the
Oh,
Great.
no, is that the one?
No, it's
It's
not.
one. Oh,
I
thank
feel
God.
right
I thought
down.
I'd stolen your thunder.
Shades of the Great, Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
But yeah, no, this is what I wanted because these guys were like, yeah, we're going to batter each other daft. This is probably the best thing on NXT right now, the 2.0 versus the 1.0.
Apart from Jacket Time,
Really?
probably is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Jacket
The build up
Time.
to this, yeah, I liked it because
was 1 week,
they've-
wasn't it, the
they've
build
got-
up?
Yeah, but I liked that bit when they
Maffew
all
was
got
a
in the ring
huge
and they
fan of
all
last week's NXT.
hey, big fan. Like they all got in the ring, they said their bits, and they sounded good. They got the cut of the personalities. They didn't seem that silly. Even Tony D'Angelo, who I know a lot of people love, you know, it's like, cause, hey, he got to sound all right because he get to like, well, and the mafioso's got twock stuff. Like, take your mouth guard. Say, all right, set up more stuff next week. All right, they battled each other daft. There was one moment. We'll get out of the way. Bronbreaker's coming in. They lock the door,
Oh,
even though they've still got someone else to come in.
They've
They make
still
no
got
sense.
There's no roof.
Yes. Bronbreaker was like, yo, give me that. And tried to use the things to cut open that. He couldn't quite get it. Maybe he's not used to those things.
So,
Maybe
yeah.
it's not. It's a lot. It's a pretty hard thing to do. You've got a lot of stuff on your mind with the wrestling and the spots and whatever. He couldn't do it. He had to cut away. Pete Dunne was like, "What are you doing?" And people were like, "Yeah, there's no top on this. This isn't WarGames." Him being a Steiner, maybe he thought there would be a cage over a roof. Oh, he's not a Steiner. Never mind.
I have to question the strategy of Team 2.0. You've locked the cage and your best bloke's still coming in. And LA Knight just climbed over it.
Because he's no dummy.
Yeah, well, yeah. And there was a bit as well where and it was a cool moment where like all 4 members of the old team are in the middle of the 2 rings and they're all like knackered and beaten up, and then they all just look at each other and do the Pete Dunne like might as well back into the fray. But specifically LA Knight joining in with his old friends, just like we've been through some wars together. Let's do it one more time.
Those 3 weeks we had together. Ooh, they were rough.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. But I thought it was still a good match though.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
I liked it.
It was too much wrestling for me at the start. And it's WarGames, isn't it? Like just but it got there in the end. Yeah.
It wasn't the perfect WarGames match, but AEW got the tone right. When lads were flying into the ring and hitting each other. That was good.
It was just the I know it was probably Johnny's last match, but I thought there was a bit too much wrestling with his blood feud, Carmelo Hayes. But it goes back to my earlier point, doesn't it? That the wrestling is still at the forefront. I like the end as well with the spear.
Yeah.
Gnarly stuff, bros, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised by it. Give NXT the positives when they happen.
It was a fine show, apart from the gyro bit.
They need to get them back in the in proper arenas, though, don't they?
I'm amazed that they're able to get
Aye.
that set up in that shed that they've got Gannon. But then you realise there's not that many people in there. So they can go back a bit. Yeah, there's plenty of room.
Yeah.
So
It does add a lot more when there's a big crowd there. Because I know people are down on NXT, but they could still get an MLW 5,000, surely. That was big news this week, wasn't it? How they got 5,000 people somewhere.
they certainly
They
did.
got 5,000 people.
Yeah, but it was because it was in cooperation with the Crash.
That's
The
still
Mexican
huge,
promotion.
though.
Is that this week? God,
I don't know.
like 3
I
weeks
saw
ago.
it this week.
Yeah.
We're very up to date on the MLW news.
The biggest we used to do at the ice arenas was like 2,000, and that felt like I had to go out and do a ring announcing for one match, and I was like shaking. I was like, Jesus, this is a lot of people. And then I was like, how many was it? Like 2,000. I thought it was like 30,000
Right.
people. Yeah, it was crazy.
Aye.
So 5,000 is the Crash big? It's like the 3rd biggest Mexican.
It was then.
But you still only need 1 fish for the 5,000.
To feed them. Oh, yes. There we go.
Thank you for that. Monday Night Raw. The show opens with a steel cage match between Big E and Kevin Owens. It's a hell of a way to open a show. Big E wins by escaping the cage after an avalanche Big E ending. Not big ending, silly. Seth
That's
Rollins.
The Rock.
Seth Rollins attacks afterwards, but Big E wins a scuffle and stands tall. Bobby Lashley runs out and attacks all 3 during the break.
During wait for the adverts.
Yeah.
The element of surprise. Expected and expected. Sorry, expected and expected.
Ruff, ruff. But yeah, I like this match. Wasn't anything more sophisticated than 2 big men beat each other up in a cage. And
I enjoy Kevin Owens being a smart man because he tried to just get out the cage without doing any work whatsoever. And that's what you should do in a cage match.
Yeah.
And his moonsault off the rope was good as well. Boing, boing. Boing, boing. The baggies. Boing, boing.
Boing, boing.
West Brom.
Bang, bang. I like the big ending off the top rope as well.
Oh, yeah.
I
The
noticed
finish
that
was good as
Biggie won by escape, even though he could have pinned him, which maybe was because they don't want to get any of them pinned before day 1. I'm guessing anyway.
Oh, makes
Also,
sense,
will
wouldn't
Lashley be added to the match at day 1? Do you
well. I
think?
think he will be, yeah.
Yeah.
Why else would they have him getting involved?
Because right now, all they've got is that little storyline between Rollins, Big E, and Owens, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Bob wearing
what?
red? Bob wore red this week. Very festive.
Did he wear red at the WrestleMania where he wrestled Balor, the Demon, when he had these contact lenses?
I remember his contact lenses. I can't remember his tights.
I feel like he might be
Young
wearing...
James, could you Google
thought
Bobby Lashley, WrestleMania
But
35?
I mean,
We call them black, though, wouldn't it?
people do wear different colours at WrestleMania sometimes, don't they?
But Bob Lashley wears black and black only, doesn't he? We're laughing at a picture of Boris Johnson.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's our new favourite game.
35.
35.
35.
Yeah, because if I put in 3, it might switch over from screen.
Oh, it doesn't matter, Richard. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. I can Google it. I'll confirm on my phone what colour his tights were at WrestleMania.
That's so weird. Zelina Vega calls out Nikki Ash. Oh, God, and beats her in a match. Nikki is downtrodden later on backstage, despite Rhea Ripley's efforts to cheer up. Come on, cheer up. A fan seems to ask Nikki for an autograph, but it's actually Jerry Lawler, who stood behind you. Because God knows if you're in a bad mood, seeing Jerry Lawler get a new contract, I'll cheer you up. I have no idea what they're supposed to achieve.
They're in Memphis.
Yeah, he was wearing black at WrestleMania.
Walking in Memphis.
What a tune.
With Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
He's from there.
Yeah,
and
that's right. I've read that
I
somewhere.
believe he's popular there.
That's right, yes.
And he has been for a fair few years now.
Yes, that's we can exclusively reveal that is true.
I hope, because I'm going to pat my own arse here. On pitches, right, I was saying Nikki Cross should get downtrodden and then turn into like a dark anti-hero sort of superhero. Like your Batmans. Aye. So hopefully this is the first step on that sort of thing.
Yeah. And he just beats up Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eats him.
Arcade Bro have set up the Arcade Bro-nament.
Did you get it?
No.
Because we all say tournament.
Yeah.
It's all the policemen from Hello Hello.
It's a bit of a reach.
Mooning Night Raw.
Good tournament.
To determine new number one tag team contenders, Riddle has provided matching blazers. And they watched the semi-final between... Already taken Ike Majiro's gimmick. And they watched the semi-final between the Street Profits and Styles and Omos. Omos gets himself counted out, gifting the win to the Street Profits. Styles yells at Omos and walks the back. Riddle interviews Styles, who tries to downplay the friction because he's a pit bull.
Leave the memories alone.
I think this is just a quick thing and they'll get back together. It's just because they're doing the tournament and having a reason for them not winning.
Oh, but almost a 7 foot tall and they desperately want to make him a star.
I thought it was really
They
interesting.
do, but not at the expense of the entire tag team division.
During Braun Strowman says hello.
Yeah.
That came out really sassy, didn't it?
It did. I like Sassy Ross.
During commentary, Riddle said that Omos is big, but he still makes a lot of mistakes, which I thought was interesting. And I would like to infer that someone on the headpiece thing told him to say that because that's what they feel backstage.
Okay, yeah.
So they're shooting on him.
Aye.
Oh.
Take that one, Omos.
Yeah.
You tall man.
Yeah.
I think we're on the build to Omos versus Randy now to WrestleMania.
And
In
then
the singles,
Aye.
I still don't think he's ready for that.
Omos Randy putting over Omos.
No.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Randy jumping that high up to hit RKO.
oh, there'll be a spectacular RKO in the match. Maybe you'll do it off
And
the
you know what?
ropes.
If they had gone back in time and picked Mark Jindrak to be the Randy Orton, he would have been able to hit that.
His drop kicks were amazing, yeah.
Legit, like...
Oh, I bet they're kicking themselves now.
Yeah.
Or was it instead of Batista?
No, it was Randy.
No,
wasn't
it
Was
was
Randy? Okay, right.
They shot the vignettes, didn't they?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, no, like... Again, one of the best things on the network was him going, no, it's not as if like, oh, I could have been Randy Orton. No, I'm not Randy Orton. Randy Orton is Randy Orton. He's really good.
We made too many winky jokes. We're not
I
growing
know
up yet.
Triple H in the limo.
You bloody kids.
So great.
Will you shut up? Do you know like with his real kids, Triple H? What am I saying here? Who gives a
What? NXT, now that they've been taken away from him. Damian Priest successfully defends the US title against Robert Roode, but Dolph Ziggler super kicks him after the match. That dirty dog.
You read it exactly.
It just ruins the meaning now, doesn't
You
it?
read it exactly as I wanted you to read it, so
Thank
that's
you.
good. Yeah.
When did this news come out from Freddie Prinz?
I
So
got
if it
caught on Cultaholic News this week.
was it after Raw? So, because hopefully next week on Raw, the Dirty Dogs actually come out on all fours and give it the old leg up and whatnot.
Woof, woof. We're loyal. Woof, woof.
They're not loyal, they're dirty. They're the
We're
bad
loyal.
dogs.
We're dirty dogs. We have baths.
We had bad owners, therefore are ill-mannered dogs.
The ill-mannered dogs.
I reckon Bobby Roode could still be a main eventer if he wanted to, or if they allowed him, I should
Bobby?
say. Aye.
I don't know.
I thought he was fantastic in this match.
I mean, no, I love him, but in terms of like, they need to go away for 6 months, then come back, just because they've done nothing but lose him and Ziggler these past.
I was squinting at one
Yes.
point, Maffew, and I
You
thought
squint?
I thought it was Triple H. You laughing? What are you laughing for?
They did that Survivor
It's a funny
Series
thing.
bit.
They
when they
did.
both stared down each other because they look a bit
They
alike.
did. They did the duck soup thing where they did the save spot.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry. Doudrop attacks Bianca Belair during her entrance. Belair wins their match by count out when Doudrop escapes the KOD and decides she's had enough.
Just walks off. Now, we don't know. Me and Ross were wondering recently if they've changed Doudrop's theme to reflect her heel turn.
I think they have.
But she attacked her during her entrance, so we didn't find out yet.
Yeah, we recorded a tier list on entrance themes before this week's Raw.
There are a lot of tier lists going up.
Yeah, there's a lot of tier lists going up. Content for the
Lots of
Christmas.
tiers.
Very Christmassy. But I think she has changed it, so we look silly now. But I keep repeating the date we recorded
In
on.
the
so-
video,
You
we
don't
do
look as silly
say-
as someone called Dewdrop. Don't worry.
Oh,
No, she looked badass in this match. It was a 50-50.
Oh, yeah, she did.
A 50-50 affair with Bianca Belair.
Yeah, we're not all gear.
bars.
Appreciate that. But just again, hi, I'm Dewdrop.
I enjoyed the psychology of this particular matchup there, Maffew.
Oh.
Because I thought Bianca Belair was very flippant in the early stages, thinking, "Oh, this is Dewdrop. I can deal with Dewdrop." And then she couldn't do the do, could she? In the episode, she got a bit more desperate towards the end, and then obviously Dewdrop undid all that good work by walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a shame.
Almost a good thing. Vince McMahon calls Austin Theory into his office again. Oh.
My God.
He tells him that he's giving him an unexpected match tonight, which he should expect.
Yeah, because you've got to expect the unexpected. So.
Later, though, Vince tells Theory that the match is off, and he needs to find another way to impress him with his brain.
But I suspect Ross wants to talk about a different element.
Segments.
This was very pervy, this segment for me. Because he was like... Everyone thought it, didn't they? He was like, "You've got to impress me some other way." Yeah, sexual
Then he said
stuff.
with his brain, so it's all right.
That's all right, yeah. But he
Yeah.
didn't say that first, did he?
No.
What did he say when he was like, "I've got no jockage"? I couldn't understand what he said. Sorry.
I don't know.
Jockage.
Just Vince.
He was
thought
going
that was
through
just
his
a
list
word.
of ailments once again. He said, "I've got no jockage."
I
So
don't know.
what could that be? Medical professionals? I've got no idea.
Was he not just trying to charge his phone and he said the room had no sockets? Oh, man.
Maybe he said, "I've got no jackets."
No.
Like Mangiro's got them all.
Yeah. Oh, jockage on Urban Dictionary is extreme chafing in the boxers or briefs.
Well, there we go.
Oh.
Well, that's not an ailment. That's just, he can...
Yeah, you can actually fix that, mate.
Yeah,
Just
pseudocrab
quick
and
tug.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Quick
You know
tug.
what I mean? Of the, you.
The Rock pseudocrab.
Disgusting.
I thought it was funny how this segment, right, the first one with those two backstage, ended with Vince going like, "Oh, because of IBS."
Oh, yes.
Funny farts.
Humour that, yeah.
It's funny farts, everyone. Not quite a funny poo. He could have had a funny poo later on.
Yeah.
Him and Ike Manjiro
Oh.
in stalls next to each other.
NXT still finds a way to outdo the main roster, doesn't it?
It's good though, because Jiro goes to the main roster on Raw, be like, "Oh, my gimmick hasn't changed. I fit in right here." Oh.
Oh, he'll be champion within a week.
And do you think Vince has IBS, or because of his diet of eating nothing but protein and burritos every day,
Meat
he just
wraps.
farts a lot naturally?
He's got IBS. He's got IBS. He's got an ear infection. He's got the chafing.
One of these things is not like the other things.
Aye. I wouldn't have thought Vince McMahon would have suffered from chafing. He's a slender man, isn't he?
He is, and
He's
also...
buff
the-
as hell. What are you on about?
And,
Slender?
American suits are like baggy, aren't they? Rather than over here where they're a bit slimmer fitting. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Podcast cursed them all.
Oh no.
Jeff Hardy's just been released.
Oh, my word.
Oh my god, you're kidding!
You are joking.
No, I wish
Be released!
Yeah.
Breaking news!
My God.
Ah, yeah, Tom's just messaged, a minute ago. We have sacked Jeff Hardy.
Oh my God.
What?
Well, that's happened
No!
live. That's we.
Wait, let's just see the wording on W.com. Because my phone struggles to contain the energy of this moment. As we all go to our phones and ruin the Wi-Fi.
No. I'll fill in while you're googling. Oh man. Should I do the next
It's time
segment?
for Miz TV with Edge as the guest. Miz suggests that the Edge is a
No
shell
way.
of
That's
his
an
former
important segment. That's important.
Hey, Mike,
segment.
who gives it? Jeff
Wow.
Hardy, man. Bloody hell.
Yeah, that's crazy. That.
Sean Ross Sapp says, "I've heard that WWE offered Jeff Hardy help in rehab and it was not accepted."
Oh man.
Oh.
He is hoping the better things for him. I don't know what you even say there. What a bloody shame, eh?
That's a sad situation all round.
He was flying on SmackDown.
He
Yeah.
was.
I thought they were keeping him warm for
Yeah.
a run for the important period of Rumble to Mania.
Yeah, he was.
Because he's been more over than nearly all the people have been trying to push these last few months on SmackDown.
Aye.
So,
The crowd receptions have been there. This is a shame.
yeah, everyone's on their phones
He
right
was
now. so they can't come off
doing well
Wi-Fi.
at Survivor Series and that.
Yeah, the match
Yeah.
was basically centered around him, wasn't it?
Wow.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah, same.
I mean, likewise.
Yeah,
it's addiction I wouldn't wish on anybody.
Oh no, Christ.
It's a horrible, horrible thing. And God knows Jeff's had to deal with this so many times throughout his career.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be
Yikes.
more updates, but wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe maybe we should stop recording on a Thursday. Like something always happens.
But again, must be to get the stuff out of the way on a Friday. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Gutted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have to just
Yeah.
carry on with the stuff we're talking about. But
That's not the wind up my sails, that.
it is
Yeah,
a bit
me
gutted.
too a little
Jeffrey
bit.
Hardy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time for Miz TV with Edge as the guest. Miz suggests that Edge is a shell of his former self and wonders why he didn't spear him last week. Edge tells Miz not to mistake his kindness for weakness, but Miz says he needed his kindness back when he was a rookie.
No, his kindness back when he was a rookie.
Oh, he needed his kindness back when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
There we go. Being kicked out of the locker room.
Which is a very good point.
Edge claimed that he gave Miz words of encouragement back in the day. Miz wants Edge at day one, but Edge wants to fight tonight as well. Edge fakes a punch, which causes Miz to fall out.
I like this promo, me.
I like this as well because Miz has brought up the fact that he was treated badly to begin with by people. And he's always changed it because he goes, oh, JBL this one time, JBL. And everyone's gone, no, he meant that other guy that not to mention. JBL didn't do that stuff. Oh, okay, right.
Benoit?
Oh, dear.
What? We
No,
can't do
yeah.
the same, can we not?
No, we can, yeah, of course.
No, we said everything else in this podcast. We'll be all right.
Yeah. I think it was good as well, but I don't believe Edge. When he said, oh, no, I did in this very arena, actually. I said some nice things to you. Shut up, Edge.
That's like Prince Andrew, isn't it?
Is it?
You know, when he's done about the sweating and very specific memories about that night at Pizza Express and stuff like
Right.
that. Edge remembering that he was in that specific arena.
Too specific.
I give
specific
you
to remember.
words of encouragement. All right, like what?
No.
Try the pepperoni.
I like the promo because they were both right.
Yeah.
It's nice when you
And
get
Edge
Yeah.
played off what Miz said and made Edge sound right, and then Miz played off what Edge said. Yeah. January 1, he says, though, the Miz is going to beat him at January 1.
January 1.
Catchy name for a pay-per-view, don't you
I
think?
love it. Miz gets like 99% of his promo right. The spirit speech, you get that one little bit out, and it's like,
It is Prince Andrew, isn't it? He was very...
Yes, of course. Yeah.
yes.
I'm just checking. I didn't
It was
say
just a
just a bit out,
crazy reference.
Just out of the blue, yeah.
how oddly specific his memory is about certain
Yes.
things.
The
Almost
Mysterios
as if he's
win.
lying.
Who knows?
The Mysterios win the other semi-final of the Arcade Bro Tournament against Alpha Academy, with Dominic rolling up Gable.
Yes.
Riddle tries to interview the losers afterwards, but Otis lays him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will this lead to, I'm guessing that it'll be like a mini feud between Otis and Riddle, but the real story is the tournament, the Bronament.
The Bronament, yes.
The Bronament.
Are we going back to Vince's office in this roundup? Because if we're
Hold
not...
on.
No, I've
Why
included
not?
all, I've
Is this
included
the-
all
is
the
this
Vince
the poo
stuff,
of the
so
week?
yeah, go on.
No, when Vince was on the phone at the second trip to his office,
Oh, right.
when he just before he hangs up, he goes, "Otis is so freaking impressive." He said, "Otis is so freaking impressive," and then he hung up the phone.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's good.
Not all hope is lost when it comes to me boy, Otis. Me boy.
Your boy. Where are we? Finn Balor beats T-Bar in a singles match. Was attacked by Austin Theory, who takes selfies afterwards.
I thought this was a good, hard-hitting little match. For what it was, for the time constraints it had, I just wish they would get all the bollocks off of T-Bar, give him a proper name, and let him flourish.
People on Twitter were saying about this match, this could have main evented a takeover once upon a time.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Could again. Well, no, maybe not.
No.
But maybe not Balor going back down
Not
there.
enough jackets.
T-Bar fits in NXT 2.0. I'm a mechanic called T-Bar.
Yeah, that would work, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm T-Bar the mechanic.
Just taking a look at various cars.
Can I fix it? Yes, I can.
Oh, God.
Never heard before.
We were talking about Bob the Builder recently in the office. Jack
yeah.
Atkins said, Lofty's a great lad. Like, oh, Lofty, oh, fair enough then. So Lofty.
He's a great lad.
Lofty's the shy one. He was like, oh, I think so. Yeah.
Which is strange for a cherry picker. Do you think?
What, to be
To
shy?
be shy, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
You got that size about you.
Yeah. Whereas
That's a good point. Yeah.
Dizzy, the little cement mixer, she was, all over the place.
Scoop.
Scoop Muck and Dizzy, Rolly 2.
Who?
Scoop. You didn't like Scoop?
Didn't like Scoop.
Why?
Didn't trust him.
Okay.
Didn't trust him.
Muck was all right. You got what you got with Muck.
Muck, you knew where you stood with Muck.
Yeah, Muck
Yeah.
was a good lad.
Scoop, there was something about him.
Muck Tuesday.
Was Scoop the yellow one? Bob's best
Yellow one,
mate?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was an office.
It was
brash,
like a
yeah.
Von Wagner and Kyle situation. Sorry, a Come Tuesday and Kyle situation.
Anyway.
The men of the 24/7 division are unsure if they can attack Dana Brooke, but Tamina shows up and Dana runs off.
Understandably so.
Why can't they roll her up? Culturally.
This is begging for Joe Gacy to come along and just batter her. It's all good.
Oh, God.
Equality.
Equality and just absolute punch her in the face. In the main event,
Venom there.
A roll-up would have done.
Has Dana done something here?
Just gets a gun and shoots
Hits with the car. In the main event, Becky Lynch beats a valiant Liv Morgan to retain the Raw Women's title. Last week, I was a bit like, oh, God, why is this feud based on crying? Why do we love focus on women crying so much? However, it does appear to have worked because they gave this the big match feel. The crowd were into Liv, and it's felt like, oh, is this Liv going up the next step into the untouchable land?
The promo before was fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it was real. It was real. But also, I'm sure it used Rich Holland's theme in the background. You know, the one that's like,
Really?
hip, 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 hip. Sounds like club singer.
I didn't notice that.
When it starts singing, the guy sounds like club singer.
Cuts back to there's Ridge.
There was a nice throwback to Lita and Trish as well with a dive that they did. She lived and kill herself like Lita did, though.
Oh,
Back in the day.
I didn't even think about that, but of course, yeah.
Well, it was on the
It was the
anniversary.
anniversary.
And one's blonde and one's red-headed.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, that's identical. But yeah, Becky retains by grabbing the rope during a roll-up, similar to the win over Charlotte Survivor Series. And Becky's, it's been weird because the crowd are like, we're booing you, but only because we feel we have to. It's not, she got proper booed for that. Right, oh, you get.
That was going to be my Hall of Fame nomination that I forgot about
just the
earlier. It
roll-up?
was another little girl.
Oh,
The
yeah.
angry
Be little Becky girl, wouldn't it?
Angry Becky girl.
Angry Becky girl, yeah.
Hope Angry Miz girl's doing all right.
Yeah.
Hope she's moved on.
Hope she doesn't watch wrestling anymore. Yeah.
A wall full of Miz. Darts thrown out and stuff. Even still this year.
Edge is going to get. She'll distract him during the match with Edge.
Oh, that might actually happen.
No, it won't. Oh God! Now that we've said that.
Rumors have it she grew up to become Tuesday.
Oh no!
Angry Miz
Why
girl?
would she?
I don't know. But it is time now for Come Tuesday.
NXT, the one after War
Are we
Games.
calling Von Wagner Come Tuesday, or are we just calling NXT the show Come Tuesday?
I think we should do both.
A bit of both.
He's
They're
missed it.
both. It's the same noun. for both
Corporal
of them.
Come Tuesday.
Corporal Come Tuesday. The opening match is another cage match because it's filmed right after War Games, so I thought, well, it's still up, so I might as well just use
Cage
it.
Oh, is
match
it not live?
Cage match on Raw as well.
Yeah, but I figured because this is actually filmed at the same
I just
place.
mean it was a hard weekend. To
Oh,
follow
okay. No,
with
you
all
are
the
right,
cage
actually,
action. I thought it was, no.
Is it live? Yeah.
I don't know if it's live.
Then
Is
it's,
it live?
no, I didn't
The
think
weekly
so.
one. Is it not live?
I don't know.
Well, I assume because the War Games is up, they do like they used to do when they've done a takeover
Yeah.
and they just recorded some stuff afterwards.
But there's only one ring.
What was there?
I don't know, actually.
Oh.
Was there only one ring?
No,
on
it was two
NXT?
rings, wasn't
It was two rings, okay. Fair.
Be weird, isn't it?
I can't
It's the
remember.
hard hitting.
I actually
I
can't
can't
remember. Was there one ring or two?
The other match, another cage match between Come Tuesday and Kyle O'Reilly. Come wins and attacks Kyle afterwards. Slamming the cage door, it was Heed.
Come is good at doing the moves. He does them with aplomb, but there's nothing else there, is there? And I guess that's what
He works hard.
the difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets everywhere, doesn't he?
This was,
Oh.
all right, you're going away, Kyle, put over Von Wagner. And he's like, all right. And
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
fine for what it was.
yeah, this did make me go, wow, Von's really good. It was just like, what Kyle's going to do after this? Sorry, I come the wrong name. I meant Come Tuesday.
Yeah, Come Tuesday.
Joe Gacy cuts a promo with Haaland, saying that result of his match at War Games was less important than the message he delivered. Everybody sees the size of Haaland, but nobody thinks about the size of his heart. He'll make his in-ring debut next week.
He has love tattooed there.
Oh, that's nice.
Has he got hate on the other one, though? Well,
Who
we'll
knows?
wait and see.
Unconfirmed reports. Let's
Oh,
tune
yeah.
into Wrestling News now to find out.
Yeah,
more.
they'll know. Their finger on the pulse.
I can't even do the voice. Shut up, Ross. Move on.
Bronbreaker cuts an in-ring promo, saying he respects his War Games opponents, but now he's the future of NXT. He wants another title shot after pinning Ciampa, but is instead interrupted by Malcolm Bivens and the... Oh, shut up. And the Creed brothers. Bivens says that Roddy Strong has cleared out the cruiserweight division, so the weight limit has been lifted. He also says that Strong has his sights set on Braun, and Braun is up for the challenge. And they go, all right. Everyone sods off.
Braun says, yeah, and then
Yeah,
sort
okay,
of
agreed.
intimidates
I don't know
him.
what to say
But
about
then,
this,
I was going to say, this immediately segues into the Creed brothers taking on JB and BJ, with Imperium and the Grizzled Young Veterans watching on, because there's just not enough stuff going in the
They're
segment.
so cheeky, aren't they?
The veterans steal one of the tag ropes, and Briggs, BJ, and JB win via roll-up in the confusion.
Right.
Then later...
But wait, sorry, just before the later bit,
Yeah.
they stole the other tag rope? It was like they wanted the other team to win, wasn't it? Didn't they steal Brooks and Jensen's tag rope?
I think it's just because they got confused that they're able to beat
The ref wouldn't let them tag in again, would they?
Yeah.
Because that's always I don't know if I'm getting confused with AEW here, and I might be, but it always has mattered in WWE/NXT that you hold the tag rope. Because I'm sure they've been quite lax themselves about that rule, haven't they, in the past? Who cares
NXT, I
about
think
the
they've
tag
been.
rope?
It's not something I've noticed that much. It's only because AEW has the relaxed rules thing because they bring in lucha dudes and they're like, oh,
FTR
like normal.
brought it back when they were the
Yeah,
revival.
FTR
Like,
did.
you need to hold
and
it.
that gimmick that everyone.
Oh, no, it was
forgot
only
about.
FTR.
Yeah, but no, as far as I know, in WWE and NXT, they've had the ring ropes.
Yeah. They
Tag
never
ropes.
make a big deal when someone's not holding it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But now it is a big deal. I get wrapped up
Yeah.
in these little things that happen. from
But
time to
don't
time.
worry, because if you're not confused, you will be. Later on, BJ and JB celebrate backstage and are joined by Jacket Time, who also don't like the Creed brothers. The veterans arrive and say they only won because of their help. Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter walk by with festival tickets, so JB and BJ walk and say, oh, all right, follow them.
go to the
While
rave.
the other teams get into a brawl, and then the former Mei Ying is again seen look at the... Was this just, all right, who hasn't been booked for anything? All right, select all, you're all going to be involved in this
I don't know
thing.
if you've seen the
'Cause
vignette,
What a
Matthew.
mess.
Well, Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, I don't know if you've seen the vignette. They're party girls.
Take drugs.
They'd like going to the raves and the festivals. They like we don't know that for certain, but they like going to raves and exploring their minds and getting lost in the music. What?
Drug behaviour.
Allegedly.
And they thought, wow, we have such a good time at these festivals. Why not share that with the NXT universe and bring the party to NXT? That's the point of their gimmick now, right? They're lasses who go to festivals. And Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs decided, oh, we'll go with them. So that's what's happened there.
Yeah, and they're plaid and beard and no gimmick. They're ready for a festival.
They're
and a rave.
Rootin' tootin' cowboys who eat
Yeah.
meat.
They're thinking more.
Yeah, they're going to go see
Yeah.
Underworld.
Casey and Caden are thinking more Tomorrowland. And these lads are thinking more like Sonosphere or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they had a good time because I didn't watching this.
But Ike and Jiro slapped one of their asses, right? It's really funny.
That's where poo comes from.
Yes, because I'm about to say that's why. I've got one of them.
Why? Why did that need to happen?
Why did any of this need to
Why?
happen,
Who
Ross?
sits back and goes, "Oh, that's great, that"? Who sits back and says that?
Vince. That's fantastic.
That's not the same guy who didn't want the golden egg any higher than the 24/7 division.
I think you've
That's
put-
not the same guy.
That would be silly.
I think you've given him too much praise for that one decision.
What was the other decision reference at the
Oh,
start
yeah,
of the podcast? I can't remember what it was now.
It was similar. Yeah. A judgment call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do that.
No, Vince is back.
This is all heartbreak, as they call him in the biz. Oh, I cringe when Johnny Gargano said that at the end. Me and my friend, heartbreak. Called Shawn Michaels heartbreak.
We'll get
as if
that
he's his
later
real
on.
friend.
Yeah.
Cleaner, I got this. It was very much like-
All the photos that they shared online of like HBK and the lads as they're leaving, it was like that one guy who stays out to the airport for the the women to show up and get a photo awkwardly.
Oh,
It was
let's
just-
not criticise the way he looks, for goodness
No,
sake.
just the way he's like hugging and I'm
That
big
picture where he's
fans.
got his hand on the thing, that's a bit like, I just thought Snitsky me.
Dull Hudson enters with a terrible
Oh,
blonde
that is nasty.
which he claims is his real hair. Obviously, it's not, and he's so dull that he even has to go, look, my hair's grown back and it's fine, and he has to wait for the crowd to chant, "You look stupid."
Hey, that's not.
Because
Loads of
they
wrestlers
almost
do
realise
that. Loads of
he's not
wrestlers do
talking. Oh, yeah, you look stupid.
Loads
like-
of wrestlers do that, Matthew. That's harsh on Duke.
It's not, though, because
No one cared about his bloody
even-
hair or wig.
changed the facial expression. He did it. He went a couple of times. He went like, but like, sorry, change the cadence of your voice is what I'm saying here. At least do that to go with your little facial expressions as well. The fact that you also did this is real hair. I've got real hair. Doesn't it look good? How man? I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Cameron Grimes arrives and Hudson accuses him of cheating to win. Grimes says he's happy to have a rematch with no holds barred. Hudson accepts and goes for a cheap shot, but Grimes is ready and almost rips the wig off as Hudson runs away. Blah, blah, blah.
I can't wait for the wig to get pulled off and then for Duke Hudson to go.
What would he sound like in that emotional time for him when his hair's been ripped off?
No. He just sounds like he's explaining the terms of alone all the bloody time. All the time. God.
You can't tell what he's thinking because he's a professional poker player and he's keeping an icy expression.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the best suited
Iceman,
gimmicks.
Duke
Yeah,
Hudson.
the best suited gimmicks. You're a poker player. Why? Because I have charisma? No. Grayson Waller tries to impress a girl, but she gets hit. Or she gets in.
She's hit by LA Knight's car.
Joe Gacy trying to get more 24/7 titles. She gets into LA Knight's car.
Grayson Waller's like, hi there, like the look of you.
Yeah.
Gacy, can you stop doing that?
Why is it Gacy?
Knight mocks him for being all about views and hits, and they drive away. Waller says he'll do something
I'll do something
will
that
get views.
Yeah.
Whoa.
On this come Tuesday.
He'll do a mukbang.
Oh.
Oh, he'll get one of those big crates off Amazon which you don't know what's inside of it, and he'll open it. Oh,
Grayson Waller's going to do a tier list. Woo!
Grayson Waller interrupts Gargano's farewell to do a tier list.
I reckon Liv Morgan's good, me. Carmelo Hayes takes on Dexter Loomis. Loomis seems to be winning, but Trick Williams interferes with the DQ. Loomis goes after Williams, but Hayes saves him, and they run away.
So they're still being spooked by Loomis, which I don't think is the best use for Carmelo Hayes and Tricky Williams.
Yeah, he's above this.
Yeah, SSX Tricky. What game?
Yeah.
Who was your
was.
guy? Mine was Simon.
Mine was the Run DMC song that came out.
Oh, yeah,
one of
it's
the
fair
names.
enough.
But David Arquette did the voice of one
He
of them.
was the guy with the ginger afro, yeah.
That's right. He's my favourite then. Former WWE World Champion, guy with the ginger afro. Backstage, Persia Peralta wants Indy Hartwell to stay free of distractions so they could be a good tag team. But they're interrupted by Loomis and Gargano, who have a group hug with Indy. Well, it makes sense. It's going to be the last time.
husband and wife and father there.
Persia's like,
Just jealous, isn't she?
yeah. Well, she's the friend who's been invited round to the house of this family, but she's not as close with. She's like Anthony's mate on the royal family, who was Kirk from Coronation Street, isn't it? Yeah, that's her role.
And I'm a Celebrities,
I can't remember his name.
David.
David Manchester, David Northern. He seems like a lovely man.
David Hotpot.
Yeah.
David Pie Bap. And, oh, God, MSK finally meet the Shaman. After 6
Shaman.
weeks, the Shaman, they keep coming on strong. He's a good, the Shaman.
Oh,
That was number one when I was born.
That's right.
Yes.
Ebenezer Good.
He's a good. Allegedly.
Rhythm as a Dancer was number one when I was
Oh,
born.
that's a good one. What was yours?
Oh, the theme from Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah. Brian Adams.
Robin Hood, Robin Hood.
Just a blokey singing that.
The charts were weird, man.
The Shaman. Who are going to be? All the hype, all these rubbish bits, driving at 7 miles an hour, etc. to get away from Izzy's parents. Who is
Aw.
it? It turned out to be Matt friggin' Riddle. After all that,
Yeah.
they ask for advice,
Ganja.
and he says they just need to be MSK all day. Great.
MSK all day.
Doomies.
What a popcorn fart this was.
Yeah.
What an absolute nothing.
Sweet Mary Jane.
Yeah.
But don't you dare say it.
Yeah.
Then
The new
at the
gimmicks
end-
will be gardeners.
At the end, he's like, "What's in the bag?" And they're like, "Huh?"
Crap.
To be the one bit of the promo which was fine was him referencing the Stallion Pete, going like that as if he was dead.
"Who is Stallion Pete?"
His old tag team partner in NXT before the pandemic. Matt Riddle's partner in NXT.
Stallion Pete.
Stallion Pete.
Oh, Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
If he's dead, I like that. I like that sort of
I
stuff.
missed that bit.
that's going to suck when they release Pete Dunne.
Probably.
Probably as this podcast. You know what? Let's future-proof this. Sorry, that poorly timed reference to Pete Dunne being released.
Right, so beloved Jeff Hardy's being released during the podcast.
Yeah.
What's going to happen after the podcast is I'm worried about.
Because this hasn't counted as the curse, has it?
Actually, this is how far down the radar. I didn't even see Sean Ross Sapp talking about this. See, Joseph Connor's doing promos and appearing on UK indie shows as
Yeah.
if he's being released, but no one's mentioned it.
Yeah, no, it has been released.
Oh, he has.
And it's been not
Has it?
confirmed, but it's been confirmed by sources.
Oh, okay.
Not my sources,
Oh, okay.
but he's been released.
So he has been
It's
released.
been released, yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't know if I should have said
But that was the
on
most quiet release I've heard ever. Like,
It makes me think that maybe other people are being released from NXT.
And we don't even
UK.
notice.
We don't even- Well, they're not saying, are they? Explicitly so.
why is that?
This came from somebody I know asking somebody who works for a promotion where
Oh.
Joseph Connors came.
Oh, all right.
So maybe I shouldn't have said this on the podcast.
But no, you're saying that though. But he is on indie shows and making appearances and doing videos of that "I've just been released" video on Twitter.
I'll
so-
never look in the mirror again and see a man who could be classed as disposable. He said it just like that.
Yeah, that was his voice.
I'm Joseph Connors.
He should be like
Knight of the Round Table.
Robin Hood, Robin Hood. He should be like, in Japan they'll have like, Pride Never Die and all this stuff, references to like promotions that have been long since been dead. He should probably do, this is WCPW's very own Joseph Connors. That should be his gimmick forever.
Well, Liam Slater kind of did, but...
Oh, I did so well.
It was so funny.
NCL, who are having I hope they're having a show this Saturday.
Yeah.
Which will need your COVID pass or proof of vaccination. I don't know. Whatever.
I need to sort my NHS out before I do.
Yeah.
I can't.
Apparently that crashed last night.
I don't know my NHS number and I can't find anything that's written on. So I'm trying to ring my GP to find out what my NHS number is, but they've been busy, obviously, all week, especially since the announcement. So I'm not going to get to go to Tom's last ring announcing show unless I can sort it out quickly.
Oh. Toxic Attraction beat Valentina Feroz and Elisa Leon, who continue to lose every week. Oh, well. After the match, Mandy Rose claims that they're still the baddest bitches in town, because women have to say bitches on WTV, after WarGames, but is interrupted by Cora Jade in a sling. She seems ready to take on all of Toxic Attraction, but it's a ruse, as Raquel Gonzalez runs out with a chair and chases them off.
Right.
And then backstage, Cora and Raquel debate who has a better claim to a title shot.
Yeah, I didn't know the word to use. They sort of discuss it. Like, well, I should go for the title. Well, I should.
We're in the House of Commons.
It was more
Order.
It was calmer than the House of Commons recently.
And Kaylee Ray shows up and gives Cora her baseball bat, saying she needs it more than her.
What was that about then?
She's got more bats.
Yeah.
Because she's like Tony Storm, I'm too bat, Cora.
Too bad, Cora.
Yeah.
That's coming next week.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton is still very rich. There's also a star athlete, apparently.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Does the gymnastics, wasn't it? Was it the gymnastics?
Was it? I wondered what it was.
Yeah, I didn't fast forward it. Backstage, Andre Chase tells Tony D'Angelo that if he'd listened to his teachings, he'd have been the star of the WarGames match rather than Grayson Waller. Tony isn't happy and challenges him to a match next week.
Yep.
I can get behind them. Zion Quinn takes on Santos Escobar. Electra Lopez slips Quinn some brass knucks, which throws him off, allowing Escobar to pick up the win. Malcolm Bivens is in the parking lot talking up Roddy Strong's chances.
Yeah, I feel like
against
Roddy was like
Bronbreaker.
off for an unexpected. I felt like he should have been in these Malcolm Bivens segments as well, because Bivens was always saying like Roddy will say this and stuff. It was weird.
And Kamala Hayes turns up and issues a challenge to Strong. Everyone wants a bit of Strong.
Yeah, they do.
Only one person wants Ciampa.
Well, wait, it's like a triangle. Like Strong wants Breaker, Breaker wants Ciampa, but then Hayes wants Strong for some reason. Even
Hayes
though
wants Dutton as well.
does he? And Loomis wants
And
Hayes.
Gargano still, doesn't he?
Well,
Loomis
we'll
wants
get that.
Hayes. It's a big human centipede on come Tuesday.
Oh, chat. That may be the worst sentence you've ever said in the podcast. Disgusting.
I thought Giant Quinn, to go back to him though, he's like a bloody Power Ranger this week. That move he did when who was he wrestling? I've written down the wrong name here.
Santos Escobar.
Santos Escobar. Yeah, when he ran across the ring, he just sort of went, "Hua!" And then he went down. It's like a Power Ranger, wasn't it? Put his arms like that. Ah!
It's explosion in the background.
Ah, yeah.
And then Escobar sells it because there's fire behind him. He goes, oh!
Yeah, it's so great
over,
every
like,
single time.
That camera angle. From
Yeah. Just over the crest of a tiny hill. Just,
I challenge you to a match in a quarry next week. Johnny Gargano
That
arrives.
should be the big question for this week's podcast. If Giant Quinn was a Power Ranger, which Power Ranger would he be? I'd suggest Red straight away.
Oh, really?
Confident arsehole he was.
Yeah, maybe.
He's not got anyone with him, so he needs leadership skills to be the red one.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Gargano arrives to give what seems to be a farewell speech. He says he doesn't know what the future holds and puts over various people in the back, including Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Generation.
Suddenly, he's blindsided by Grayson Waller with a steel chair, who then puts him through the announce table.
It's an angle, he's going nowhere. I thought it was a lovely promo, though, the story of like getting turned away like many times and then getting brought back with no contract for dark matches, and then the crowd got him hired and whatnot. And I thought it was fantastic when he's like, I believe in this place. So much that I'm going.
Yeah, and him saying, look, I'm just a chubby kid from Ohio. All this stuff there. It's like, it was a real nice insight into the mind of a wrestler, because we all assume they walk around going, I'm the mutts nuts, me. But even Gargano, who's done everything possible
I'm
in
the
NXT.
rock strudel.
And the rock strudel, yes. Is still there with these, like, not
Yeah.
sure what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, just watching as a fan, as a person, yeah, there's nothing much for him to do now.
No.
Also, baby time soon for him.
Oh, yeah,
February,
there's photos. Yeah.
February.
Yeah. That was good. He wore Candice LeRae's socks in his WarGames match because she was missing the first... It was the first WarGames match in the... Or it was the first WarGames event she was missing. So he wore socks so she'd be in the ring with him. I was like, oh, the Gargano.
Hope she didn't get cold feet.
Because he'd taken her socks.
Taken her
right?
socks?
It had her face on... For anybody confounded by Ross's wit there.
I could write NXT 2.0 on me. I'd be confident doing that.
Yeah, you can write with your left hand. But yeah, so this is interesting because we literally don't know what's happening with Gargano. But it looks like, hey, he's going to lose to Grayson Waller maybe, then he'll leave. Or was it a ruse? Is he going to stay?
Maybe for like one more feud.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe. I don't know.
Because we just were tricked. Like, ha, ha, ha.
You've got to... No, we've got to say definitive things on the podcast here. Is he staying or is he going?
He's gone.
Is he staying or is he going?
He's going after a short extension.
I reckon he'll lose a match to Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
And then everyone will think he's staying because he's had that one more match. And we read the dirty sheets and then he'll go.
Yep.
A little extension. Because he signed a week extension
Like
to
a
go.
conservatory.
Yeah.
He's in the conservatory era of his career.
And it's an extender.
Oh, yes. It's an extender.
AEW Dynamite. MJF's music opens the show in Long Island with an enormous pop. But wait, it's CM Punk.
They actually did it. They did. Oh, yes.
It got me.
I love that
yeah.
Tony's a nerdy, smarky nerd. I love it.
Punk says Chicago is a much louder place than Long Island and reveals a 4 pillars of AEW shirt with Britt Baker replacing MJF. Is this a real shirt?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Oh, is
thank
it?
I don't know.
It probably is now, because
Yeah.
if Punk wears a shirt, they'll want to sell it. 'cause,
Imagine,
yeah.
right, if Punk in his own time went down to Pro Wrestling Tees in Chicago. He's like, hello there, Mr. Pro Wrestling Tees. I've got a great idea for Dynamite. Nope, don't tell a soul. Imagine Tony backstage. If anything, it just proves MJF right.
Yeah.
Right? He voiced it come Tuesday there. Gave up with halfway through a word.
Punk wants MJF in the ring, but he keeps running away. He says they're both gunning for the AEW title, so why not fight for the shot?
Yeah,
And
fight for the... Yeah.
It was nice because they were like, what's going to happen with the crowd? Are they going to cheer MJF? Of course they're going to cheer MJF. It's Long Island.
I didn't think they
loved
would.
it.
But
you know-
I'm very happy they did.
It
It was
made for a
fantastic.
really unique
yeah.
show.
And like they got it out the way, so it wasn't like they were going to chant MJF during all the other matches. They had CM Punk come out, do the thing, get all the references to the sports teams, and
We could mention the video package now if you want as well.
the one immediately after this,
Yeah, it was
Yes.
after this anyway. Yeah, okay. It was so
MJF had a sweet, sweet video package.
It was so funny. I forgot to write it in, but
Yeah.
it was really
He was
good.
part of the a cappella group called the Acafellas.
There's been clips out on Twitter, isn't there? When
Has there?
dancing and sing. I've seen.
He's sung
him do his-
before, yeah.
I've seen the Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
You are
Well, I've
my
seen that.
sunshine, my only sunshine.
He, the bit where the guy's like, he got so many chicks, it was like awesome, dude.
No, it's beautiful. And crowd, yeah, loved him. Like, yeah, MJF, he's our guy. And it sets up him coming up for the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal, which he's won twice already. And Matt Hardy eliminates Jay Lethal with brass knucks. Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs have a big hoss fight. MJF eliminates Leo Rush and Lee Johnson as they try to eliminate Wardlow, but he accidentally, maybe not, eliminates Wardlow the outside as well.
Dissension.
He also did it, right. He also did a great bit where he was just hiding behind Wardlow after going through the middle of the rope on the outside. Then he'd come out and like hit like Darius and then go back up.
get on the turnbuckle.
And the crowd going, yeah,
Yeah.
one more time, do it again. And Jeff comes out, hits him once, and then goes immediately behind him, going, yeah. That was nice. The final three are MJF, Dante Martin. I can call him Darius, I'm sorry. Dante and Ricky. But Martin blindsides his stablemate and eliminates him. MJF and Dante win and will wrestle for the Diamond Ring next week. After the match, Dante takes off his Team Taz armband and shakes MJF's hand. Starks it back in and beats down Dante. MJF looks like he's going to make the save, but joins in the beatdown. Yeah, that was great. So CM Punk chases MJF away and helps Martin take care of Starks.
So Dante Martin, I don't know whether he's a heel or a face or what's
no.
going on.
He joined Team Taz. It's like, yeah, it's got stuff. Leo Rush is supposed to be a good guy, but he's got bad promos. But then he stopped joining Team Taz. He's like, oh, I'll be
He
all
ain't
right.
got bad promos.
He's got badly written promos.
Bad
Leo
yeah.
Rush, yeah.
That one last week was terrible.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, that was awful.
What's your favourite pose, Bobby Lashley? That was fantastic, that.
Oh, yeah, it's like AEW.
Go on,
Leo
Bob.
Rush.
Show me your ass.
Yeah.
I like it, though. He's breaking them up from within. That's what I think he's doing.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Him and Hookel, hand in hand, skip away into the sunset together.
That's a nice image as well, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this did what we wanted to do. Set up MJF getting a hot win. Set up next week. We're doing a good job of hyping up. And we've got some stuff with Team Taz.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't believe how well it worked, the opening parts of the show. Like Punk bleeding into MJF and Punk's words making the crowd boom and then cheer MJF a bit harder.
Yeah,
I can't believe how well it worked.
Genius. Why don't WWE
Spy.
cater their shows to people's hometowns instead of ritually humiliating them in their hometowns?
It'll never last.
No, yeah.
They'll be dead by next year, man. Don't worry. 2.0 joined forces with the Acclaimed to take on Jurassic Express and Varsity Blondes. Danny Garcia tries to interfere, but Eddie Kingston runs out to stop him. Jungle Boy gets the win. Just a decent match. Backstage, Eddie Kingston has a conversation with Ortiz and cuts a promo. We can't hear him. Doesn't matter because 2.0 and Garcia chase after him. And they all have a big old pull-apart brawl.
Yeah. So I'm guessing Eddie Kingston's going to team with Proud and Powerful because they've got history.
Streets.
And Eddie Kingston, I think, is like half Puerto Rican. I'm not sure. Puerto Rican. He wears the flag. He has the flag on his gear and stuff. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yes.
Help me.
Everything's
No,
all.
I'm not going to confirm if I don't know.
Okay.
I've got no idea.
Okay, fair enough.
Everything's linked, isn't it? I don't know if it happens all times of the year, but there was certainly a part of the year in 2020 where you had several storylines that all just sort of went, and that's what this match was all about for me.
Yeah,
All
because
story.
Dynamite nowadays is setting up something on Rampage, and that'll maybe set something up for Dynamite next week. So it all goes places. Well, it doesn't all go places, but when it does, it's nice.
It's all in sync. That's what I'm looking for. It's all Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. The Young Bucks beat Chuck Taylor and Rocky Romero, with Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy also getting involved. The good guys are beaten down afterwards, but Trent returns to make the save. They're joined by Chris Statlander and his mum, Sue, and they all have a group hug in the ring.
The fact the crowd went wild upon seeing, I don't know what car it is, it's a Honda.
Like a people carrier sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
A mum
that.
car.
Yeah. Just the fact it went wild for the car.
Sue's really over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Knox, though,
Uh-oh.
needs to hang it up, doesn't he? In kayfabe, this is. In kayfabe. Because the amount, I mean, it's not the first time shenanigans happen when Rick Knox is refereeing a tag team match, but the sheer amount of stuff, and it's obviously booked to go this way. I'm not saying he's terrible at his job, but in the kayfabe, they book him to be really silly, don't they? And not realise a lot of things are going on all of the time. Like he was the referee when Cash Wheeler got pinned at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
How he couldn't just stuff like that. Give the guy a helping hand, for goodness sake.
You are right, but that enables commentators like Taz to get mad and go, this referee stinks.
Got a bit of juicy gossip. A member of the office, who I shan't name, really hates Bryce Remsburg's referee. Says he does too much and makes it all about himself. And since he's noticed it, he can't unsay it in Bryce's matches. So I bet he's not seen the Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan match, which was really
Clearly
good.
not.
I love that match.
Yeah.
And I love Bryce. He's a great ref.
Yeah.
I disagreed with this person.
I also disagree with that.
Yes.
I
barely notice these referees,
But-
unless they're flubbing.
I will tell you who it is off air.
Juicy gossip.
I cannot wait for off-air. And the Bunny and Penelope Ford. Penelope. Get in Ruby Soho's face backstage, so she brawls with them. Nyla Rose joins in, but Anna Jay and Tay Conti make the save, sets up a 6-woman
Yeah.
tag in the future. Again,
I've
lots of
not-
setting up Rampage.
I've not summarised that well. So
Nothing.
the two heels come along and go, when Nyla Rose wins, she's giving us the first title shots, so we want to team with her in a 6-woman tag against you, but you've got no friends. And then
Ruby
they-
Solo.
You've got no friends.
Yeah. And then she has 2 friends who come and save her,
Oh.
setting up the match. Wasn't the best promo segment.
Anna Jay and Ty Conti walking around backstage with chairs.
Because everyone else is brawling around the place. If I work for AEW as I was backstage, I'll have a weapon as well.
Maybe they were off to hang out with the Dark Order, but there's so many of them, there weren't enough seats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll just go over to that side of the arena and there's a couple of chairs over there.
that's good because you know about being a wrestler backstage and needing a chair to sit down
I don't know
on.
about being arrested, but oh, stop that now. I don't even remember this incident. I don't even remember doing it. How easy is heat to get?
Hey, now you know how easy it is to get. You
Honestly.
see it and make the
Stole
wrong thing.
Kurt Angle's chair.
I sat in an empty chair backstage.
Kurt went, I've been on my feet all day, and as he was going down, Jack took the chair.
Kurt Angle said, "Excuse me, Jack the Jobber, can I sit down?"
And I went,
you
no,
said,
kid.
no.
Get out of my face, rookie. See you in the ring, pal.
And Kurt was like, "What's that about, man?" And then you said, "Ruthless aggression."
Oh, God. I, obviously, had I known that Kurt Angle was looking for a chair, would have given him a chair. He's in a lot of pain, probably, day to day. But I don't even remember the day. I don't remember anything about this until Cody Rhodes grasped me up to the world. I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Ever. Anyway.
Shocking behaviour.
I saw the slap. It was amazing.
What, when Kurt
When he slapped Kurt Angle. When Kurt was like, "Oh, what's this about, man?"
Oh, yeah,
His
yeah.
aggression slapped him. Knocked his gum shield
I
flying.
thought it was going to be the next John Cena.
Sammy Guevara is about to be interviewed by Tony Schiavone, but Cody Rhodes interrupts. So to tell us a good story about
man.
Jack.
I love this promo, me.
He says from one good guy to another. He wants to face Sammy on the Christmas Day edition of Rampage. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky appear in the stands and say that Sammy is too afraid to face them.
They didn't need to be here for this promo,
No, they
really.
didn't. They were there to say, Dan Lambert's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers for letting us know, lads.
Cody also nearly went down the heel tunnel
Yeah, he
and went,
did.
went down the face one.
God.
Is it too over the top for you?
head, on the nose. Sorry, that's a shame.
Really? Just, do you
It should-
get it?
I'd like it if he'd been a bit more subtle with the turn. But
Every week you should go through a flaming table, so it
You see
means
his
he's not
arm?
able to talk.
You see his arm?
Yeah.
it's huge. He's been in the gym.
The burns. My
The
God.
adrenaline in his soul.
Yeah, no, it looked a bit
It
gnarly.
looked gnarly.
Good. Landing on
Flesh should
fire
be-
will do that to you.
But no, I liked it. You need to get on board with the roller coaster.
It's amazing.
Oh.
That was
know-
MJF's
God,
thing.
even
Wasn't
you
it?
that
It wasn't
was
MJF's thing. It was
MJF's thing,
It was MJF's thing, not mine.
I was about to say, I thought it was amazing how he went through that last week, and then this week he came out and got booed. But I guess they were in MJF's hometown.
In Long Island's near chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rio faces Jamie Hayter and wins in a good match, but Britt Baker attacks after the bell and puts on the lockjaw.
Jamie Hayter not reacting to a Riho dive off the top rope to the floor is up there for my move of the week. Even though it's not a move, it's just Jamie Hayter stand still because she's pure massive and hard in that.
Yeah.
Another back. This was just a night of back and forth matchups. With
Certainly was.
lots of good wrestling. The crucifix bomb. I've done it come Tuesday again. My voice is giving up. That thing to lead into the final fall. That was good. That a worthy move to end the match. Save me, Jesus.
Tell you
Wet.
what, when like Dynamite's on, and like Twitter normally, my feed, I'll see accounts that are like usually very, very, left leaning in their views, don't want to say anything that'll offend anybody. Jamie Hayter comes on screen, all that goes out the window, and everyone becomes really horny. It's just bizarre. It's just really weird. Suddenly, no one
It's
cares.
disgusting behaviour, that, isn't it, really? People on podcasts, you just watch what they're saying, really. Taz announces that
How
on
did that
this...
come about again? How did that all start? I just remember going, "Fwah!" That was the running joke.
But it's not just.
Yeah, but then I ran it in the
It's
ground
not
and be
just
like, all right,
no,
shut up, idiot.
It's not just Maffew though. It's like everyone. Everyone fancies Jamie Hayter.
You thirsty bitches.
Speaking of...
I was about to call you thirsty traps, but that would be Jamie Hayter in this situation.
Thirst trap
She's
is
the thirst
a
trap.
photo that you deliberately post to get likes because of your sick body. I can't.
Jack knows.
Gym people do it. Gym people do it.
Yes.
Gym
Never
people.
guess what I saw this morning round there, round the back of the building.
Back of this building.
It was imagine a swan, right? A fully grown swan.
Okay.
But it had a black bill.
Okay.
It had like dark grey feathers and it had like dark legs.
Wow. Heel swan.
NWO Swan.
Yeah.
And I asked upstairs, and nobody could figure out what it was. It was literally, if it was stood next to me, stood up, its
Yeah.
head would be like nibble height.
What?
to me. It was massive.
Whoa.
Imagine a fully grown swan,
All right.
black bill, dark
black
legs,
bill.
dark greyish feathers.
It sounds like the Elite Hunter Swan.
I'd have been scared.
I had to park my car and walk to Tesco, and it was like.
Wait, you're in a car and you could...
It was like on the road, like when I had to drive past it and park. I was so worried that when I came back out, it would just be hovering next to my car because it thought it was a swan or something because it's white. It's like I have to fight past this NWO bird.
I mean, there are swans down in the Usburn,
Yeah,
but not with a black bill.
yeah. Like I was
Not
saying,
heel ones.
Maybe it could have been a baby swan, but I was like, it was like literally the size of a full-grown swan.
Wow.
I'm going to sneeze in a second.
Elephant.
Well, I don't know.
Trumpeter swan.
Oh, go on.
Darker feathers.
Oh, no, I don't
Maybe it's on the way to being that.
Maybe.
What was that again?
A trumpeter swan.
A trumpeter swan.
Did have a trumpet with it. That's how you can tell.
Oh no, found in North America.
Oh.
Oh, she's on his holidays.
Well, they have to fly south for the winter. Maybe that one's just a bit stupid.
Yeah. He's looking at his map going, oh, no. Taz announces that on this week's Rampage, Hook will make his in-ring debut.
Not just that, Maffew. The cold-hearted, handsome devil makes his debut
goes
on
without
Friday.
saying, doesn't it, really?
Imagine your own father speaking about you like that.
Well, you say that and go, that's weird, and you see him and go, all right, fair enough.
He's cold-hearted because he literally doesn't care about action figures and stuff. He just doesn't care about stuff.
that.
So it's just
He doesn't want to be on any vlogs,
Yeah.
like Taz, who does not want to be on any of them.
He cares about Dante Martin.
Yeah.
Fancy a crisp? Sorry, fancy a potato chip?
It worked, didn't it? He went, all right, cheers, Hook. He'll take on Fuego del Sol.
He's going to batter him.
He's dead.
He's going to batter him.
Fuego del Sol, I've never liked you. Just want to point that out.
the male Jamie Hayter. Because when he's on screen, the same thing happens to the timeline.
Next, the Varsity Blondes are about to be interviewed, but the lights go down and Malachi Black appears. He spits mist in Julia Hart's face and disappears.
I'm blind,
Wow.
man. I'm blind.
That's dastardly. When you do something like that to a woman like Julia Hart, he's gone down in my estimation now. And that was the point. That was the point.
yeah.
I did it, yeah.
Can you please boo this man? The crowd like, no.
We're going to take the young, innocent-looking cheerleader one and have this guy blinder.
Yeah, it's like a horror film.
It's wrestling 101. First rule of wrestling in school.
Bryan Danielson beats John Silver by submission after getting a lot of offense in.
Yeah, he did. I should have pointed that out. Sorry,
Yeah.
I've undersold him.
I will anyway. Don't worry. Bryan gets on the mic and remembers that he promised to kick Silver's head in, and does so, even as he's being checked over by the medical team. Hangman Page arrives to make the save and says that he's going to stomp the cowboy come Tuesday out of Bryan. Come, winter is coming. I said come 3 times in one sentence there.
but
Sorry.
in 3 different ways.
Yes.
Ironic that Wang Man would be doing that.
The Wang Man.
Wang Man.
They've changed that now. Bryan Danielson himself noticed it. And went, why does it say Wang Man?
It was good, another good back and forth professional wrestling match on this show of many good back and forth professional wrestling matchups.
Just set up show for Rampage and Dynamite next week, so satisfactory. Worth it watching the MGF stuff and CM Punk.
Yeah. The powerbomb. Sorry, go on.
Sorry. I was just saying, sometimes when WWE are in between 2 pay-per-views, you get the sense they're spinning their wheels to get to the next one. Sometimes when AEW are in between 2, you get the same sense sometimes, but because there's longer gaps, they have like mini rises in between, and sometimes they really hit their groove. And I think we're approaching that time right about now, guys. Yeah. Ross, what are you saying about Powerbomb?
Good, wasn't it? The reversal one where he jumped off the top rope and then straddled his legs akimbo and then bang!
Was it your move of the week?
It's not.
What was?
It was Fabian Eichner.
Wait,
You said it was on the
Years
contenders.
ago.
you said it wasn't.
Did I not?
You said it was on the contendership.
You
You,
said- you
couldn't
said-
remember.
And now it's
I've,
one.
I've maybe waited at the bottom of the list now.
Okay.
Honestly, I've been watching. I've had
Ross.
the busiest week of my life. I've been.
Oh,
I've
but
been
this,
in here.
yeah, so people don't know, like, Ross is just feeling the effects of what is a very busy period for him right now.
Yeah,
So,
it's always the same every Christmas. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, but Jack's made it a bit better this year by taking on some tier list research,
Finally,
That's nice of
finally chipped in this
pulling
year.
his finger
Bloody
on
hell.
it,
I asked, like,
earning his keep.
well, Ross said that Ross was telling me how much he had to do. He wasn't doing it in a look how much I've got to do way. He was just saying, he was just saying like, he was just saying,
Jurassic.
he was just saying I've got to do this and this and this. And I was like, well, I can do that for you. And he's like, no, it's all right. And I asked about 4 times because I thought that's a lot. That's quite a lot of work. So I've taken on a bit of it. Aye.
Thank you,
That's all right. Don't worry.
much appreciated. But I watched
teamwork.
to be honest, I watched this wrestling at the quickest pace I've ever watched wrestling in my life. So I forgot what happened like later down in my notes there. So
It was Eichner.
Eichner,
One-
that springboard off the top of the floor.
Yeah, I'm glad that of all the wrestling you watched this week, that was so impressive, you remembered it.
Yes.
Yeah,
After I read it again.
after you've read it again. Sounds like the week in wrestling, doesn't it?
Yes, it's long.
Can we have a little break after this segment, guys?
I think we should have a break and you can tell me that thing you were going to tell me off the air.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Let's have a little look in the mailbag. Hello, you perfect specimens of British culture. Oh,
Thank you.
I was recently rewatching an episode of SmackDown from 2014, the one after Survivor Series where Daniel Bryan came back and the New Day debuted. This was the only TV taping I had been to for a wrestling show, so I gave it a watch. So I give it a watch every once in a while. The night before on Raw, Bryan made Kane work the concession stand, giving out hot dogs and nachos to folk. Fun fact: the concession stand manager was the future Sarah Logan.
Ross, that's a fun fact of Ross, is that sometimes
Yeah.
he brings that out, yeah.
She brought up when Gargano was on SmackDown on Twitter this week as well, didn't you? As the weird thing.
Liechtenstein.
Oh, yeah, the champion of Liechtenstein.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Cedric von something Hausen.
Yeah.
Von Wagner.
On Magnum. When Kane came up,
Come Tuesday, Hausen. It had Hausen in the second part, the second name, or third name, sorry.
Yeah.
The surname, I should just say. Carry on, Maffew.
thank you. When Kane came out to wrestle, the crowd started chanting, "We want hot dogs!" Clap, clap, clap. It still puts a smile on my face thinking about it years later. My question for you lads is, what is the most interesting, unique, or oddly specific chant you have heard or participated in at a wrestling show? Thanks for all the fantastic content you lot have put out over the years. I've been watching since the redacted days and have been a supporter of Cultaholic from day one. Well, that'd be a few weeks' time then. Streaming live on Peacock. Oh no. This podcast is actually how I discovered Maffew and started watching Botchy Mania. Oh, thank you.
You're
I've been
welcome,
hooked ever since. I've been hooked ever since. All the best and the happiest of holidays, Gus from Indiana.
You as well,
Thank
Gus.
you, Gus.
What a lovely message.
All the
Aw.
best, Gus.
So, most unique, interesting, or oddly specific chants you have heard at wrestling shows?
I've got two.
Go on.
One was courtesy of Ross. We were at an NXT house show in Newcastle,
Oh, yeah.
and Bull Fit was making his entrance,
Yes.
and Ross decided to shout something that rhymed with fit, which made sense with the word bull before it. And there was some girls in the row below who found Ross, hilarious. really, really found us
All
funny.
night long.
And tell you what, this was before we were on video. We weren't.
I could have charged a fee for the people in the room. I gave them a solid 2 hours worth of entertainment.
Not in an annoying way. We were enhancing it. Well, Ross mainly was enhancing their experience. I chimed in with, there was an Oscar's going to kill you chant, and then it stopped, and I went, she might not. And then it got a bit of a laugh as well.
He could have charged money as well.
Oh, you wacky character.
I was more of a sidekick. I was more,
Yeah.
But this, God's sake, this
So
was.
if you were on the second back row, on the side directly opposite the Tron at the NXT house show in December of 2015,
Oh God, yeah.
me and him were there.
And the other one was during my sort of indie phase a few years ago. I went to an Attack Pro show in Cheltenham.
Oh, yeah.
And in like the pub that they do that in the barn around the back of the pub. And I started a slow motion "This is awesome" chant during a slow motion segment, which isn't original. I've seen it happen before, but God, everyone seemed to think it was. No one else had seen that YouTube video of the PWG clip or whatever. So I felt very clever indeed. This has been a very self-serving answer to
It
this
really
question.
has,
Oh, you haven't heard mine yet.
Okay.
I've not even got one from wrestling. I'm going to tell one from football.
Okay.
I went to Manchester City away
Yeah.
in the 12-13 season, watching Newcastle United get beat 4-0 by Manchester City. Around the time Joe Hart was sponsored by Head & Shoulders. So Ross, who was in the front row at the Etihad Stadium, started a chant, which got chanted by upwards, right? I'm not even joking. About 500 Newcastle fans, I reckon. Joe Hart, he's got a flaky scalp. He's got a flaky scalp. He's got a flaky scalp. I've never been prouder in all my days. About 500 people,
Well
I reckon.
done, mate.
As far as I could see up there, because I was on the front row.
That's good.
Joe
though.
Hart didn't
Really-
turn around, though.
Oh.
If Newcastle
Never
had a
liked him.
shot, it might have worked, but I don't think we had a
I've
shot
seen-
that day.
I've seen another one of Joe Hart's as well, which is no, dandruff, no. Because he uses Head and Shoulders.
Yeah. I was just like,
You must
we
have
lose every
millions.
week. We lose every week. Oh, crap. Oh,
Yeah.
the rest, sorry.
Have you-
Um,
God.
Specific off the top of my head, because looking at, on the stay and blah, 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 when I went to Progress Manchester years and years ago, my good mates from Bishop Auckland, I think listens to some of these sometimes, to see CCK versus LAX. It's not Pride and Powerful.
Oh, the really good match.
Yeah, and also the match before that was Tyler Bate versus Ilya Dragunov. And
What
it's
a
because it was
card.
must have been December or late November. The Ogdens were there, the scourge of the British wrestling scene with their chants. And they started going, feed
Is that not a YouTuber?
No, the Ogdens, no.
Yeah,
Dad.
Thogden.
Oh, it's Thogden.
OG-DENS. So they're going, feed the world. Do they know it's Ilya time?
Okay.
Not that word.
That's pretty good, that.
Could
I thought it was
try
going to be
some
one
other
that you,
ones.
because having attended a
I
couple
can't
of
repeat most of the ones
small
I've said.
wrestling shows with you before,
I know.
you are vicious to heels. You are vicious.
Oh, the one I chanted at one of the guys at Rad Pro. Oh, God, today's a Rad Pro. The guy came out, was getting no pop rock whatsoever. I was hungover. Just didn't want to be there. I was there because my mate was training there and he was on the show and he didn't do anything. So I was like, I've been lied to here. So he's like, yeah, I'm the best, me. And he had dyed hair, wasn't in the best physical condition. I started having midlife crisis.
Oh my God.
And he turned and looked at me disgustingly, and then everyone joined in because it was true.
I got swept up once by Maffew's bravado at wrestling shows. And you know Rio, the UK women's wrestler, she wears purple and gold. So I said she looked like an eclair because she looked like a Cadbury's eclair. And she stared at me and I nearly wet myself. It was very scary. I realised she could beat me up now if she wanted to.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not going to stand with Maffew at any more shows. He's a bad influence on me.
Oh, so you're not saying I joined in one of Maffew's chants? I just yelled that because Maffew was there.
Just to impress, just to impress you. It was the one in digital when there was Tidal.
Yeah.
Tidal.
Tidal's Tidal continuously like, we'll run Newcastle, be all right, and 15 people were there.
There was a go-kart or a little dodgem.
Good show.
There was
wrestlers really worked their asses off.
There was a little dodgem, and you knew that when all the wrestlers came in, they were all fighting over who got to do the dodgem spot. And yes, someone got ran over with the dodgem. It was brilliant.
It was not Joe Gacy. Oh, that was it actually in WXW, aka the last event that happened before the world ended. Then CZW was Joe Gacy versus Anthony Green. Anthony Green's come and gone since NXT. And I got, go on, lads. Lay in the law. Once again. Prepare for war. CZW. The CZW thing. Because Joe Gacy was CZW.
Did it go down well?
Joe Gacy turned around like, so it was me. I went.
One of the best ones I've
Awesome.
seen was the clip of the old Seth Rollins match when he's Tyler Black and Chuck Taylor starts his own chant, which is, let's go Chuck Taylor, you're the best wrestler in the world, you're in way better shape than Tyler Black.
Yeah.
And then Henry, now a wrestler, started that chant at a Chuck Taylor match, and Chuck Taylor sort of appreciated it, and the crowd all were like, "Wait, yeah, enjoyed that."
Yeah, thank you. Tip that hat. Yeah, it's always fun going to a wrestling show and being a complete arsehole. Good morning, lads. I'm writing this to you, having just arrived home from a night of drinks with an old friend of mine in our hometown of Dublin. When I was waiting for my bus home, it started to rain, so I thought I'd grab one more rum and coke in a nearby pub. Once I finished my drink, I headed to the bathroom and I saw none other than Newcastle travel expert Chris Jericho having some drinks with local wrestlers and Will Ospreay, who, as I was arriving...
Some local wrestlers.
Wait a minute, what?
And Will Ospreay.
Who, as I was arriving, was laughing way too much at something Chris had just said. For a split second, I considered approaching them. Then I thought, mate, you're drunk. And you definitely bring up Jericho's political beliefs. So I decided not to. So my question to you fine gentlemen is, have you ever seen a wrestler while drunk and decided against approaching them? Or have you ever done so, and how did it go? Sorry if this email is a bit long. I love the podcast and all the stuff you guys do. Keep up the great work. From Jay, P.S. I like a relaxing bath too, Maffew. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
He had me until that last sentence there.
Sorry, he's called Jay. He's from
Jay.
Dublin.
No.
It's not. It's not your boy. No, I don't think it is. No.
He wouldn't call himself just Jay.
He
It's your boy Jay
He wouldn't
Hunter.
watch Cultaholic either.
They are
So-
very good.
Okay, no, I
Very
love
good.
them.
Oh, I love them as well.
Don't like us, I don't think.
Heroes of mine.
Oh, no. Do you think it's actually heat? Or you
No,
just
no,
being
that's
silly?
the thing.
Oh, okay. You said that now. I'm like, is there heat?
Nah, I don't care about us, do they?
They're too important for that.
They're very
A barnacle on their proverbial whale's body. That, yeah.
Yeah. Lovely analogy. I do have one sad example that sadly comes right to the top of my head thinking about that. So it was after a WCPW show.
Uh-oh.
And it involved, we're at a bar afterwards, and I've had a few, because, you know, there's all these big old lads. I'm like, I can drink. And Joe Hendry was there, and I'm trying to think of all the stuff I could say. Wow, Joe Hendry, you're great. Oh, your entrances before.
Had you
I
met
thought
him
much
before?
beforehand.
Oh, you met him before.
But inexplicably, I guess, I didn't even, like, I'd had way too much to drink, I think. But without even realising, I opened my mouth and went, Joe, your feud with Lionheart's crap.
Why did you do that?
Because it was, but I don't know
No,
what. I didn't mean to say it. I was thinking it. I went, "Hey, Joe," that's the thought I wanted.
Now
to
that
verbatim.
doesn't sound like
in
you,
person, but in person after the bar after the show, you're like, "Yo, like, just let me just, you know."
This
and
is-
he went, "All right." I went, "Oh God, sorry. I just apologize for it. I didn't even mean to say it, but it just
This is
escaped my mouth."
This is Joe Hendry,
And his feud with Lionheart was rubbish.
heavyweight Commonwealth wrestler who can
I know, right? Like,
fold us all
just-
into pieces if he wanted. He's chopped you.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
He chopped at him even harder. It was incredible. He's picked me up, for
Good.
goodness sake.
Oh, yeah.
When I was fatter than this.
With ease.
My
It's
arse-
like,
my arse
what
crack-
way to do the fall away?
Followays,
Oh, wow.
My
He
arse
didn't
crack-
hit the fall away. They were in a small studio.
Oh,
He
okay.
did it twice, and on both occasions, my full arse fell out. My full arse fell out.
And you know what? You still didn't feel or look as foolish as me saying that to him. I was like, what am I doing here? Like, keep it for Twitter, you idiot. And yeah, it's moved on.
I love his new gimmick. He's funny again. It's
I haven't
good.
seen much of his news.
He's in Weezer.
Well, he comes out of the sea lifting dumbbells. Like he
Oh.
emerges from the sea and hash pipes playing in the background. It's just ding, 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 ding. I already love it.
Oh,
He's
nice.
blonde now. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Dull Hudson.
He's the very antithesis.
So, moving away from me making a tip myself for Joe Hendry, are there any other examples of you going, I should say something? Like that scene from Father Ted where he sees the guy from 1 foot in the grave and I'll say his catchphrase.
Do you know what he'd love?
You know what? I bet no one's ever done that to him before.
I can't think of one.
He's going to be on the next series of Taskmaster. Dougal.
Is he?
Yes. Sorry.
I just think about that night. I think it was the NXT house show that you've often mentioned, well, not often mentioned, but you mentioned on the podcast where all the NXT lads were in that. Was it in the Globe?
No, it was the
Head of Steam?
Head of Steam. That is the story. I haven't got one. I don't know what to say.
That's fine.
I've told
Because
him.
that just proves
I was-
you're more sensible than
I was
anyone.
expecting you to say some words about Baron Corbin and Head of Steam.
But it was a nice story because it was like, oh man, we watch your videos every Wednesday. Oh, thank you.
Ah.
Lying get. I appreciate the lie. So again, the theory about that is just for more back, just for your answer. Then was all the local promoters who were near me. Like I won't say the names, but like they did local shows, and all they were doing was, whatever NXT this, just obviously anything comes along on their territory. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely the same thing, isn't it? WWE and 30 people in one of the little town halls. Oh, that show, we've had better shows than that. We also had some of those talent a lot cheaper than they probably were tonight as well. Crap on everybody. Samoa Joe, never heard of him. Baron Corbin, whatever. And then Robbie Brookside showed up, and they're like, Robbie Brookside, like glasses steaming up, and then wiping it, going, goes up, we're a big fan. It's just they stopped being like promoters and wow, we're tough, us lads, and all this stuff, and just start marking out like kids, saying their childhood favorite, Robbie Brookside walking in. Lovely memory.
I've told mine before, but I saw Pac really drunk in Newcastle once. But he was really drunk. I was drunk, but he was really drunk. I didn't go over. But it was a case of like, he looks a lot like Pac. And then it was. But that's it. I've not like, I think I was right not to approach him then. So yeah.
Well, you were really cautious about approaching wrestlers for a while. Because I remember how nervous you were about going to some indie shows down south. Because you were like,
No, that's the fans.
oh, it's not the wrestlers, just the
no,
fans.
I was worried.
Oh, okay.
I was more worried about interacting with fans, the cool fans who potentially hated me for being big YouTube boy,
Yeah.
what culture. And I thought,
Well, you never had that with wrestlers, though.
nah,
Oh, okay.
largely been very sound.
Yeah.
I made a point of shaking Bubba Ray Dudley's hand first, going up to him and doing it, and I was terrified. But it worked because the next day he called me kid, and I thought, get in. He's not going to eat me.
That's one. I don't think I ever told. Have I told this in the podcast before about my little back and forth with Bubba Ray Dudley backstage?
Yeah.
Or Bully Ray. When I had to go and get Matt Hardy for a
Yeah.
little skit we did, and he saw me and he was like, "Is that the guy who buries
That's it.
everyone?" So I was like, that could
And
be
you
me, it could be you.
Again,
More likely be you.
Yeah. Wait. Which name specific? Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
But that wasn't because of the wrestlers.
Anytime a wrestler's come up to me and said, like, are you that guy? I was going, yeah.
Oh,
And they're going, sorry.
I got terrible imposter. I get terrible imposter syndrome anywhere, but backstage at the wrestling shows, I was like a timid little mouse.
you do feel like a
Bless
spare
you.
part as well because everyone's
Yeah.
rushing around and doing stuff or talking about important parts of the show, and then you're like,
I felt like backstage
I'm
at the
on
wrestling
YouTube.
show. Like, you're bunch down Northumberland Street, and you see a
no!
bunch of frat boys.
no, why is he brought this up? No, you won't get this.
This is a call forward, I think you'll
This is
find.
a
I'm gonna
call
back.
forward. Watch out for the frat boy references on the tier list.
When you're walking down Northumberland Street and you see the students who are taller than you, got lovely hair, or laddie lads and whatnot.
Go and do a diddy diddy
it's
dum
the
diddy
fact
With the
dum.
leather jackets on and
It's
whatnot.
the fact that he referred to them as the frat
Frat
boys.
boys.
Yeah.
The frat boys
All
of
those
Northumberland
English
University.
frats that are found.
It's been a topic of discussion during the entrance theme tier
All
list because sometimes I describe
Wearing
a theme.
togas and spanking each other with paddles.
You know the type.
Yeah, she brought us up last week as well. Then when I thought thingy forward. Last week you talking about it's such a good theme. You want to put on the music to pretend that you can't hear the frat
was
boys.
it. Yeah. To stride past the frat boys. But that was off camera because this is a call forwards.
Oh, that was off camera.
Oh, don't worry. No,
that's
he's
fine
brought it up
reference,
now. Yeah.
But where was that going? Yeah, I felt like the wrestlers were the frat boys. Now was the musicless pauper.
He needed some wrestling themes on in his ears to march past the frat boys.
Yeah. I love it. I can't wait for that tier list.
It's on all of them. We mention it on. Well, Ross mentions it on all of them. Yeah.
We even come up with the frat boy penetration scale, which out of context sounds terrible, but it's all about infiltrating the frat boy circle by way of putting music in your ears and feeling more confident.
This is very much when you're at the top of Northumberland Street, the Haymarket end,
Yeah.
where the frat boys reside because it's near the Five Swans.
That's the frat boy penetration scale.
Then you can get to the safety of the monument and Five Guys, and you're back with the locals again.
So, for example,
Between the five guys and the frat guys.
Yeah,
Here I am,
yeah.
stuck in the middle of you.
What WCPW theme could see you put it on, bit loud in your head, and then walk through a brick wall?
A WCPW theme.
Aye.
Probably Drew McIntyre's.
Rampage.
Halloween.
Yeah, one of those ones.
Oh, yeah.
Adam
Oh,
Pacini's. It was genuinely like a banger. Not mine. Kirby's.
Kirby's, yeah. Joseph Connors.
Yeah.
If I put Kirby's on a walk like him, though, I'm not sure that's going to intimidate or impress. Yeah.
Just sliding through like that.
All right, so Joseph Connors is, I would say, top tier on the frat boy penetration scale.
One more day.
Yes, and I'd say that because I'm saying that as well because it means we can have him on the podcast next week.
Let's get him in.
Anyway, hey lads, just want to start by saying how much I look forward to the podcast every week. I'm a postman and listen to the podcast every Saturday. I walk my dogs early in the morning before I go to the gym and then off to work. It sounds like park life. The dog walk normally gets me to the end of the Hall of Fame segment. Then when I'm on delivery, I finish it off.
Wait,
it really helps to pass the time whilst I'm delivering.
The podcast sees him through walking the dogs, the gym, and his shift.
These podcasts are long. I deliver to a lot of the blocks of flats, so I'm glad the distraction.
He'll be listening to this Saturday when he's delivering this will be a meta moment. Oh,
Yeah.
hope you're doing well.
Yes,
watch
you
out!
will.
Watch out for that leaf
Watch
there.
out.
Don't
Whoa,
slip.
whoa, whoa.
Mind that ice.
Yeah.
Make sure
There's a car!
Now to my question. After last week's talk of Big Daddy, Giant Haystacks, and Kendo Nagasaki, it reminded me of the strangest/stupidest angles I can remember seeing in all my years of watching wrestling, 34 years and counting, during a tag team match, I remember this, between Kendo Nagasaki and Blondie Barrett versus Robbie Brookside and Steven Regal.
Not Robbie Brookside.
I was going to say, wipe. Brookside unmasked Kendo, who then proceeded to hypnotize Brookside into attacking his own partner, Regal.
Oh.
So my question is, has there ever been an angle that was too strange/stupid, even for you? All the best, lads. Neil from Haxby in York. Neil, thank you very much. This is your WrestleMania season. Bless you, working the Royal Mail.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people doing Deliveroo and all that. Thank you very much for your hard work.
Yes.
That goes unthanked by most, but we appreciate you, Neil.
Absolutely.
Just make sure you knock on people's doors before putting that thing in saying, I knocked and you weren't in. And all the best, pal.
Matthew just airing his grievances.
Just saying. All it takes is one postman to do that, and you're like, oh, I hate all of you. But anyway, yeah, worst.
How did Hermes get away with it, eh? It's a topic for another day.
Strange or stupid angles, even for you in wrestling. We've got most of the Fiend from the last 2 years.
Yeah, and Alexa Bliss, yeah.
Because it's like, I remember reading when he got released and all this stuff, blah, blah, this and that. And it was like, oh, yeah, there wasn't any payoff. There wasn't any like, and then it'll end with this. It was just, let's just write this and it'll go someplace. And it went nowhere.
Mine was around the same time, but it was a smaller part of the show. It was the feud between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. Oh. Where every week they were doing a different sport or activity. And the bowling one took the cake for me. That was way too long. The turkey legs in the kitchen, and then the woman who worked there fancied Ivar, but not Eric, and she made that clear. And when you're cute though, Ivar, you can stay. And then it all culminated in that match, but they never had a match. They just fell in a bin wagon.
They found a bin wagon, and the bin wagon, they found
The Star Wars monster.
the Star Wars monster, and it faded to black, and then it was never brought up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched that.
Man.
We watched all those segments.
And then I really like ripped into it on Twitter, and it was divisive. Some people were like, "No, it was just a bit of banter."
It's weird, isn't it? Because I'll see some of these segments and go, like, whenever Riddle, before he hooked up with Randy, and go, these are some of the worst bits I've ever seen. People go, all I see is, Riddle's so hilarious and funny. I'm like, oh, okay, well, just agree to disagree then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours?
I was going to go for the whole Alexa and Bray stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I used to say, like they were doing the best they could, but what they were having
Yeah,
them doing
yeah.
was like pretty naff. That's the most recent example that comes to mind. I'm trying to think of it like any others. But there's got to be millions.
Yeah, you know what?
It's pro wrestling, isn't it?
You can do a tier list of worst WWE moments.
Scared.
How long do we have?
And then do a 1 minute long of AEW's worst moments.
There wouldn't be one. Not even the Nightmare Collective would be in there because that was
That's right.
fantastic.
And it'll be like that time the Young Bucks only had a 4-star match.
I agreed with Steve from OSW the other day.
What?
On Twitter, he tweeted
It's a Christmas miracle.
a picture of FDR and said these should have as much screen time as the Young Bucks. And I'm like, oh, yes, Steve.
Ah, well, to Neil and everybody else, thank you very much for all those magnificent questions and thoughts. Please keep them coming by sending them to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Get Neil to deliver them via the post.
Yes, you can.
That's how emails work. Oh, terrible. Beyond awful, you stupid idiot. Stop talking. Thank you very much. We love you. Goodbye. Nice relaxing wrist piss to all the other bowel movements we've had this bloody week. Salutations, my dear Cultaholic podcast host. Since it's now December, I thought it would be fitting to get the holiday spirit, and what better way to do that is by talking about the only thing that matters at a time like this. That's right, the gifts. Below is a list of various wrestling-related gifts that you get to choose which one you would prefer to have. I hope you lads enjoy.
Okay.
So fastest thought first. Crack open a couple of Steve Weisers with good old Stone Cold, or have a ravioli dinner with Kevin Nash.
Stone Cold.
Ravioli with Kevin Nash in it.
Yeah, it's got to be the ravioli.
And you get taught to Kevin Nash.
A purple-headed. God, the colour on that. Anyway,
Gargano's restaurant, no less.
they can redo that now. Yay! Tickets to a baseball game with Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, or tickets to a hockey game with the Goon. Wow, really going to the Russell crap here.
Hockey games are shorter. I would go to the hockey game.
Yeah, don't baseball games last forever?
9 innings.
Oof.
Oh, that's too long. Too long.
Depends on how quickly they get them out, guys.
Game of overhyped rounders.
Exactly. You tell them.
Hockey all the way.
Absolutely. Hockey, punch, punch.
I don't mean that. I've never watched baseball in my entire life.
I know more about baseball than hockey, but I would still go for the hockey game.
I'll watch the documentaries about stuff on
Yeah, hockey
baseball,
up
like all the
near-
roids, because that's the wrestling connection,
Isn't
I
hockey
guess.
quite big up near where you are from, Richard?
Yeah.
What are they called? The team? The Vipers Newcastle. The Warriors, the Whitley Bay Warriors. Yes. Boo. It's a derby, I guess. I don't know.
MGF's Dynamite Diamond Ring, or Hulk Hogan's Magic WWE Hall of Fame. I forgot about that Hall of Fame ring, that powered up abyss to chokeslam AJ Styles.
Which
to the
reminds
ring
me
of
of
Impact.
wow, yeah.
when Marge and Homer Simpson are talking about their special rings, and Bart needs to go, yeah, woo, yeah. I'll go for the Hulk Hogan's. It gives you magic powers, so I'll go for Hulk Hogan's.
That's right.
And you could probably fetch us more on eBay.
That makes more sense, so I'll go for that one.
MJF, because no to Hogan. Christmas dinner with The Undertaker, or a traditional Hanukkah feast with Goldberg.
What is involved in a
I
Hanukkah?
actually don't know a typical Hanukkah feast. That sounds nice, though.
But I love Christmas dinner, so I'm going for that.
But with The Undertaker.
Yeah, we wouldn't talk. We'd have nothing in common.
Oh, no.
I reckon he would burn everything. The Undertaker.
He wouldn't let me in. He's like,
Okay,
I
he's
talk about
just-
video games. He'd be like, all right, get out.
Just the turkey would be charcoal black.
He'd keep you whiskied up, wouldn't he? Or would you have to buy him whiskey for
have
every
to-
minor indiscretion?
The wrestler shot as well. He'd force you to do them to prove you were a real man.
Rookie, you've picked up the fork before the knife. Now we're going to have to beat you.
No,
Wrestler's court tomorrow morning.
he wouldn't let you play games after Christmas dinner.
No.
You have to sit there and drink and shove needles in your arse and stuff. I'll go for
Allegedly.
the Goldberg one because it's something new.
Hanukkah, Mazel Tov. Yeah. Tickets to a baseball.
You didn't pick one. Where you
I'm
going?
not picking Goldberg.
You said Hanukkah muzzle.
All right, sorry.
Hang on, is that the same one twice? It is the same one twice. Okay. Front row seats to a. I'd never figure out how to pronounce this. Perox Y Jin with a question mark.
Jeff Hardy and Shannon
Oh my
Moore.
god, as if this has happened here.
Or front row seats to a Macho Man rap concert.
Oh my god, the Jeff Hardy one.
Yes.
Macho Man one. Come on. Come on now.
I'm Morris the Top Saucy Jeff.
Hulk Hogan, I'll come and beat you up.
Be a man, Hulk. No, he tried one gig, and then they realized straight away he was just talking over
some of the lyrics in Be a Man are amazing. It's like you're weak, bro. There was a charity event, but you didn't show. Something like that.
Be a man, Hogan. A tutor session with Dean Douglas, or a dentist appointment with Dr. Isaac Yankum, DDS.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, probably the tutor. These are bad gifts.
Tutor, it's definitely.
A tutor. He can tell us all why he hates Ric Flair. It's awesome. Wrestling lessons with Kurt Angle, or a boxing lesson with Baron Corbin. Oh.
Brits don't really. Generally, we are not that well versed on the art of amateur wrestling. It's not as well known here as it is in America, where it's a big collegiate sport. So I'll go for the boxing, I guess.
Oh, I'll go for the boxing because I assume it'll be less intense.
Lesson. I mean, I'm
Both
sure
quite,
they're both.
both quite intense.
But you know what?
But
Yeah.
Kurt Angle teaching you wrestling.
Will
Oh,
Madcap Moss be there with Corbin?
That's one of the Fox catchers.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes. Have you seen that documentary, by the way?
Yes, it's crazy.
Oh, the
heard of-
Netflix one's crazy. The
mad,
Foxcatcher
yeah.
thing, Kurt Angle being involved in that is like barely even mentioned because it's like the least crazy thing. And anyway, one free night stay at the SmackDown hotel. Oh no, stop it. Or an all-expense paid tour of Dudleyville.
I'd go for Dudleyville because from the advert for one of the SmackDown games, there's too much going on in the SmackDown hotel. When Kurt Angle's walking through, you remember that?
Yeah.
What are you both laughing at? You two?
I'm,
What
just,
have I missed? Have I missed
I'm
something?
just wondering if there's complimentary yum-yums on arrival.
Definitely Dudleyville.
There we go. Yeah. Get the Mega Bus to Dudleyville. A bottle of JR's barbecue sauce or a bottle of The Rock's Terramana Blanco tequila.
It's the one that's in the background of all of his Instagram posts.
Oh, shit.
Blanco means white, doesn't it?
So it's like white tequila, I guess. Yeah.
What else is white?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
We need to stop this conversation.
Do we? Do we?
I need to go and sit myself on the naughty step for a minute.
I'm not a big tequila drinker, but I reckon it's one of those things you'd have in the cupboard for special occasions. So I'd have the tequila.
I actively hate tequila, so I'll go for the... I want to try some of Jim Ross's sauce anyway. If anyone's watching who can send it... if anyone's watching who can send us a few bottles of JR's barbecue sauce, we're a massive, massive platform and we could promote you heavily.
Yes.
I hope Jim Ross is okay as well. Listen to his
Yeah,
podcast.
of course.
He sounds like in good spirits.
Yeah, of course.
20-something things of radio therapy's got to have. Bloody hell.
I know. I'll definitely have the Blanco tequila because I'm sure it goes down better than JR's barbecue sauce. I'll ride along with the... Oh, whatever. I'll ride along with the big
Awful
boss...
man. No, I'm sure.
Because you can't drink barbecue.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'll ride along with the big boss man or a day is Hurricane's sidekick.
Oh, the boss man. Oh, I'd love to go
Absolutely.
on the police ride along in Cobb County.
Bit dangerous, though, isn't it? I guess Hurricane's less dangerous. I'll go for the sidekick.
It's cartoonish.
I imagine
violence, yeah.
he'll have a motorcycle like Wallace and Gromit.
Yes.
I'll sit in the sidecar.
Yeah, you know what? I realise Big Boss Man's a cop, so yeah, I'll go with Hurricane.
Oh,
A night out with New Jack or a night out with Minoru Suzuki.
Suzuki were best pals.
I'll go for Suzuki. Do you
Why's
reckon he
that?
goes mental?
I reckon he...
Does he even drink?
Probably.
He's a Japanese wrestler, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
They'll drink. 'Cause they can't do drugs over there.
I was so surprised how big the drinking culture was in Japan. It was like England.
Yeah, that's all the reports
It
are
was way
like-
more than it was in America. Like, people were getting way more drunk.
Yeah, but look at his body. He doesn't look like he's 73.
I reckon he's so crazy the rest of the day, he just relaxes, drinking his entire body weight and rocks tequila. So I'll go with Minoru just because we'd be like, oh yeah. So One Piece, and we'll talk about 9 hours on that. An autographed copy of Ready to Rumble, or an autographed copy of The Wrestler.
The wrestler, I guess.
Right to Rumble's got the entire WCW casting. On Reddit this week, it got shared. You can now watch Ready to Rumble for free. So Ross got excited, didn't he? Bloody my country's not available to watch that thing on YouTube.
And that's why you need NordVPN.
Thank you.
Will that work, will it?
Yeah.
I might just get it just for that. Use code BEARS. 2 bears, 1
That's right.
free.
Yes. Rumble. Al Snow's best friend Head, or Perry Saturn's best friend Moppy.
Head always... Excuse you. Bless you even. Sorry, bless you.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, the mannequin always creeped me out as a child, so I'd have to go for Moppy. I think.
I've got a head upstairs that I used during lockdown to focus the cameras up, so I've got one of them. So I'll go for
okay.
a mop, yeah.
As a kid, I did think we were going to get at least one backstage segment where Head was actually talking and had like the mouth print spliced over it, like, Al, attack the Rock, it'll be great. And it never happened, and I was the stupidest kid in the world.
Do you know where the head came from, Richard? Because it was in the office.
Originally?
I took it home.
Mannequin. I was going to be like, in ECW.
Yeah,
I took it home during lockdown, and my girlfriend defaced it with makeup. I don't know if you noticed that. Eyeshadow, the lot, lipstick, blusher.
Oh, she must be pretty.
Highlighter, that's what it's called, yeah.
Highlighter,
like a
yeah.
cheek shine.
Yep.
Like a diamond. I'm ready for this podcast to be over.
Python's best friend, Moppy, because I get more work out of my mop than I do my head. Fight Old St. Nick in a Miracle on 34th Street. Fight or take on the Christmas creature in a silent night, bloody night match.
Who was the Christmas
Are
creature?
these
again?
presents?
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, I could survive longer against Mick Foley than Kane. So I'll go for
nowadays,
that,
yeah.
Yeah, Mick Foley.
Yeah. Consumer candy cane with Colt Cabana or enjoy some eggnog with Maffew's friend Eva Luno.
I've never tried eggnog.
Me neither.
And I also think Eva Luna seems like a pleasant man. So I'd go for Eva Luna.
Alcoholic, isn't it? Is it?
Don't know.
I have no idea what it is.
Is eggnog alcohol?
I'm sorry, Americans, we don't...
It comes
it's
in a
not thing.
milk-esque carton, doesn't it?
Oh, it'd kill us then, wouldn't it? Oh.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
I'd do the Ric Flair shot. It's like, let's drink. And it's hide off me shoulder with Eva Luno because he's mint. Thank you guys for all the work you do. These podcasts really help me get through the workday. Much love to all the lads. Adam Zappel.
Thank
you very much,
Thank
Adam
you
Zappel.
very much, Adam.
Bless you.
Yes. And that was a Reese's Pieces. If you have any Reese's Pieces of your own, please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do that this week.
It's Cultaholics.
What a long, lovely, non-laborious episode of the podcast has been this week. Fantastic. Near the end now. Just time for one more little question. And given the success of MJF in his hometown of Long Island, New York, what do you think is the best hometown moment for a wrestler? So, the opposite to when WWE uses them and they lose and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Just a nice moment that's happened that could only happen there with that one wrestler.
It's boring, answer-wise, but probably Money in the Bank 2011 for me. CM Punk in Chicago, but, I've waxed lyrical about that, as we all have, many a time. So maybe I'll think of another one. Has anyone got another?
I certainly do.
I do as well. Do you want to go first?
Oh, go on then, because yours
go
probably
on then.
yours probably going to be better than mine.
No,
so I
it's
want
not.
you to
It's
headline.
definitely not.
Okay. Probably the best thing Bret Hart did in WCW, which isn't saying much, was when he came out in Canada. He had the local football team's hockey jersey on, and he goes, "With all due respect to whoever it is," kind of the thing. "This is hockey country." Removes his giant thing to reveal another giant one, but it's a hockey one. Crowd even louder. He goes on this great speech about he's Bret Hart and he's mint. The crowd's like, "We know, we agree." And then Goldberg comes out, spears him, and then they're both down their mat. It's a bit weird. They're both down. Eventually, Bret Hart comes out, gets up, pins him. 1, 2, 3. It's not a real thing. Gets up, reveals a steel plate. And I go, "Oh, yes!" And then he goes, "I quit," which didn't make sense at the time. But just the crowd being so over for Bret, loving Bret.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like Canadian Stampede as well in Survivor Series 90 and other events that Bret Hart had a good moment in his own country. But that one's one that sticks out because there's not many good moments involving him in WCW, sadly.
El Dandy.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember a little-known professional wrestler. Well, not little-known. Globally recognized superstar called the English Lion Eddie Ryan. And towards the end of 5-Star Wrestling, there was a show hosted at the Plymouth Pavilions in Plymouth, Devon, England, UK. Who should come from that neck of the woods but a lion? Yes, a lion lives in the forest. And a lion is called Eddie Ryan. And Eddie Ryan did some things on that show, which Richard Tubman explained earlier, and I've completely forgotten, but I've got the matches that happened. What happened again, Richard?
It was a gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
You had to go through each one.
Yeah.
Had to go through all the
Jake
gauntlets.
Hager said you have to take on all these people.
Yeah, and then Hager beat him for the title. Hager retained the title.
Yeah.
Because they're listed the wrong way around here. So the gauntlet happened before the championship match. I've forgotten. I just remember the crowd going wild during that gauntlet match.
Did they actually go wild?
Yeah. 'cause
And
it
who
was
were the people? Drake was one of them.
I'll tell you. Eddie Ryan defeats Big Grizzly,
Oh, yeah.
staple of, a pillar of 5-Star Wrestling, and Dave Mastiff, HT Drake, and Marcus Burke, and Tim Willie or Wiley. It could be either. Tim W-Y-L-I-E.
Wiley.
Yeah, we'll go
I'd
Wiley.
say, yeah.
Although Tim Willie sounds a lot better, like a rapper or something.
Big Tim Willie here.
Big Willie style.
Big Willie.
Big Wiley style.
So yeah, that emotional journey. It was obviously crushed at the end there, as we heard about the Jake Hager match, but the journey to get there was fantastic.
I'll do another one, man.
It was good because obviously we will laugh at 5-star wrestling for
Of course we do.
booking all these massive arenas and then putting 3 people in them.
200 people, or maybe
This
maybe a bit.
Plymouth Pavilions was a building the size of what their audience was. So it was
So
packed.
that was the one show where it worked. Because wow, it looks rammed in here. So yes, because there's not 200 people in Newcastle Arena, which sits what 13,000, 11,000, yeah, give or take.
Jody Fleisch is brawling with Alberto Del Rio in the stands. It's just empty.
Some fun facts about Eddie Ryan, though, if you want. His real name is Vincent Rubio, which is a sensational name.
Yeah, that should be his ring name.
And he was a former fraud analyst at the Nationwide. I've given up here. A former fraud analyst at the Nationwide Building Society.
Oh, this is good.
So the gauntlet match of that portion was my best example of a hometown hero going home and doing some good things.
Wow, aren't you glad that we talked about this rather than what Jeff Hardy up to next?
I don't want to submit any more to follow that and put a dampener on the Plymouth Pavilion show. Have you got enough for the thumbnail,
Plural.
Richard?
I've got Eddie Ryan, that's all.
That's going to be it, the big news this week.
I wonder what he's up to now, Eddie Ryan.
Not listening to this, that's for sure.
He might do.
I hope not.
Richard, would you mind just quickly going on Cage Match and seeing what Eddie Ryan's last match was? Because if it was at the Plymouth Pavilions, limbs will be all over this studio.
Yeah, all right, Papa Jack, yeah, all right.
You got one,
He's
Matthew?
asleep.
Oh, you said yours, haven't you?
I've
Matthew?
said mine, yes.
Jack was going to do another one. Do you want to do
Well,
another?
I was going to do one that was more about us. Oh, where is... I can't...
This year.
Bobby
Oh!
Vegas. He beat Bobby Vegas. What are you laughing at? You can only beat what's put in front. He beat Doug Williams.
No, he didn't.
He lost to Jamie.
What?
No, that's a shame. What? So there we go. We know what he's doing now after 5-star wrestling. He had that match in NXT UK as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost.
What is going on?
He had at least one match. Do you have more than one, Richard?
I can't remember what it was.
It was against who did he lose to? Someone on NXT UK. Bugger me. Sorry. This is good podcasting, this isn't it? Change the bloody category at the top to WWE. There you go, the plus sign at the bottom there. Above number 1, yep. Promotions. World Wrestling Entertainment will be at the bottom.
No, just when it says matches, just type in NXT UK. Wait, oh, whatever.
2 matches! Fabian Eichner, that was the one.
Oh, he beat Saxon Huxley.
He lost to Fabian Eichner in 5
He
minutes.
beat the muscle cast.
He beat the muscle cast.
Wow. Right. That was all right, wasn't it? It was a good podcast,
I
guys.
feel like I've been a hindrance on this week's podcast.
No.
You played the role of Maffew very well.
I'll not be back next week.
Oh, shut up.
No,
yes, you will.
We should say this is just because of Boris's announcement. This was the last
We did say
in
this last
person. Just to reiterate, it's been a long time.
Sorry.
Some might have forgotten. I certainly did. Last one in person for the year. 3 months of something like that. Back in the office. 4 months.
Apart from the culties, if that counts.
Oh, the culties, yeah.
That's in person. But this is the last
Yeah,
regular
it's up
podcast in
until
person.
Friday, and we're doing this tomorrow.
Ah,
So
exactly.
we will be doing this within government guidelines. I'd point out.
Yeah, of
this,
course, yeah. But from that point on, the podcast will be moving to the internet.
Which is a shame, but we need to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't mention the party.
It's a bitter pill to swallow. Like I was
it
all
is.
for just shoving those restrictions up his arse, but you got to do them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, even though they're massive hypocrites and they're not sticking their own rules, yes, we have to,
Yeah.
apparently.
Well.
Okay, well, let's not end on a sour note. Been a lovely podcast and get together as always. Jack, what have you got for us until next podcast? I know you've got lots of teasers.
To be honest, yeah, there's lots of stuff coming out, and I'm got a bit lost with when certain stuff's
Yeah.
coming out. I've recorded stuff with Ross this week, but that could be coming out like way
Yeah.
in the future and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing this week. In fact, because of the government guidelines, I don't even know what the score is with Twitch on Wednesdays. So,
Oh, right.
But I'll possibly be back with me and Owen. Yeah, I think it will still.
Okay,
But yeah, keep an eye out on Owen's Twitter.
Right.
He usually puts up a thing. But yeah.
okay. And yourself, Ross?
Lots of stuff. I'm saying with Jack.
Yeah, it's the same thing. There we
The
go. That's absolutely
schedule
fair
is
enough.
being put on a document, and it is there on the internet for certain people to look at, and I'm sure it will be abided to, and videos will go out at a consistent rate over the next few weeks. I've just had such a long week, mate.
I know you have, pal. Don't
Can
worry.
you tell?
Yeah, yes, we can tell. But you know who can't tell? The Patreon producers, Mark Leslie, Reno2200, Noah Anderson, and AK.
Where's the graphic?
Akadua.
Sorry, I keep reading that as a silent J.
We asked him last week, didn't we?
We did.
We were very polite.
He's also been very
He's had a busy week. He's fine.
But you know what? Until then, we have been the Cultaholic lads.
We have been
Shut
the
up.
lads.
So I'm losing it slightly. With it being Jack,
We're
it's
the
been Ross. I
Cultaholic
know.
boys, and we're making all the noise.
Mailbag at cultaholic.com, patreon.com/cultaholic. You've been lovely. Thank you very much. Hope
Thank
you stay
you.
warm and follow guidelines and all that crap. And now we're going to point at this thing right here. Let's say the famous expression that we all know and love, which is on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Join us.